Ooh, that's tough. What the heck?
Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy Marshall live, and I am live. You guys, welcome back to the Marshal Gillen Show. It is Tuesday, May 26th. It is the day after Memorial Day here in America. I know we have a lot of good people listening from all over the world. Hey, as a matter of fact, maybe let's do a call to action. Let's call to action real quick, Kyle. And if you guys are tuning in, and you guys are watching this video online, do me a favor. Let me know where in the world you're actually watching from. I'm in Illinois right now. I believe Kyle's back in Ohio.
Yes,
hopefully,
sir.
I'm heading back to California soon, you guys. Yesterday was Memorial Day. So, big day here in America. Just wanted to say one more time what a privilege it is to be able to make shows like this, to hang out with people like Kyle, to be able to run our own businesses, to have the freedoms to do the things that we want to do, simply because so many gave so much. So many families, so many men and women. And yesterday was just such an amazing time. I was at a Memorial Day party yesterday afternoon, and just a reminder of like, wow, how blessed are we to do all this. Yo, bro, what's up, man? How are you?
What's up, bro? Hey, quick shout out. I totally spaced yesterday. It was my mom's birthday, and we celebrated that. Yeah, we celebrated that after we got off the call. I was so tuned in, and I just spaced out. I meant to say happy birthday to my mom, so shout out to happy belated, even though I told her yesterday. But yeah, bro, yesterday was I went to a Memorial Day thing as well. We went to the beach, hung out. Everything was cool. I was a little worried. Michigan is still in Ohio. They opened up everything completely. Gyms are open back up. We're starting to get. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
starting to get back into the swing of things over here. In Michigan, they just extended their stay-at-home / quarantine till like June 7th, I believe. So it's like, bro, I don't mean to get off on this, but real quick, you want to know what happened yesterday? We go to Kroger to get aloe vera because my brother-in-law got super burnt from being out at the beach. And I was in there looking for aloe. I didn't have a mask on. And I noticed I was the only one that didn't have a mask on. I was probably supposed to have one on. But I was looking around, couldn't find the aloe. I asked somebody. She was like, we don't have any. I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. But I just took her word for it, left. Well, my sister was like, there's no way they don't have any. Let me go in and get 5 minutes later. She comes out with aloe. She wore a mask, though. So I was like, wow, it seems like because I didn't have a mask and wasn't complying, but it made me realize like, oh, shit, we're playing the game. And I got to play by their rules. They're wearing masks up here still. I was like, oh, okay, I got to wear the mask inside. So now I'm aware, like when I go, if they're still under quarantine, I just got to abide by it.
It's crazy. You know, I've been talking about this. It's like, I've never known any kind of authority, like a higher authority. I've never known a higher authority to give back rights after they've taken them away. Like, you know what I mean? Right. And so listen, that's the thing. We talk about television and, you know, we talk tele-vision. We talk about, you know, how it has channels and it programs us.
Programming, yeah.
And hey, what's going on, bro? Shout out to our boy Albert down in Atlanta. What's up, brother? Long time to see. Cool to see him over here on YouTube. What's going on, my man? And so it's interesting, bro, because this is the thing I've been most worried about. Is just like how quickly everybody's willing to give up their freedoms. Like, I'm wearing my Keep America Great hat, and I've been kind of like talking like about politics a bit more than I ever have. But I think that people are still missing the point of like why I'm bringing it up, because so many people are still in it so much that they're so triggered that I say Trump or I wear a red hat, and they're immediately like they want to come up to arms like within the programming that the global government, the globalists have programmed to react as. And so for Gillen Gang, for those of you guys tuning in, what I mean by all of that is like we talked, I don't remember if it was yesterday, bro, or I think it was yesterday. We were talking about it. Basically 90% of all the media that you see in here in America, all of it,
including Google.
Yeah, everything. It's sick people. Okay. Now, allegedly, potentially humans can be corrupted, and
word on the street.
Yeah, word on the street, right? Hey, real quick though, since you bring that up, word on the street is that the Marshal Gillen show is a big time show, bro. Have you heard that?
Bro, the bird is the word, and yes, I did
the
hear
bird
that.
Is the word. No, listen, I'm not out there telling people this. I'm just out there walking on the streets, and people are going, "Yo, there's some big operators over there at the Marshal Gillen show."
Big operators.
I want to talk about this mask thing because it's absolute bullshit. Fucking bullshit. I hate it, and I'm going to talk about that. But before we do, we are a big time operation at the Gillen Gang, and if you guys want to join our gang, Kyle and I is actually going to help join me. We just built an online headquarters. Okay, like every gang needs a layer. Like you need to go back to your layer, right, bro? You know what's up, dude. And so like I was like, well, bro, where are we going to do all of our gang activities? We can't just always be streaming live with our gang activities, bro. So if you guys are watching this or listening to this, yes, you guys know we started a gang. We're gang leaders, and we're doing gang activities. Okay?
Break the stigma.
Dude, break the stigma. And so if you guys want to join our gang, we built a virtual headquarters, a place for us all to hang out. It's a secret location, so don't be telling out there about it. But if you guys want to join our secret location, you guys want to join our gang, it's really, really simple. Text Gillen Gang to 833-222-2694. Look, I got some big news to announce later after this. Some cool things going on in the world. And I'm really excited about that phone number. Like, I know it's silly, but like, I just feel I'm excited to be able to connect with people in a way that like I won't ignore them because of my own anxieties and overwhelm, you know.
I actually, you got me wanting to get a number myself because I was just thinking the same thing reflecting after the call yesterday. It was like, that might be the move.
$25 a month for me to have an extra line. Like the value in that in and of itself is like, bro, we're talking $25 to connect with the Gillen
Peanuts.
Gang. Like, I don't know, man. These seem simple, right?
Sorry, my bad. It got see, it's lit. And what are we doing? Kiss. Keep it simple, sexy.
Hey, I like that, bro. So listen, this is what I was talking about, though. It's like we're at a time and a place right now, because I'm back in Sterling, Illinois, a little 15,000 person town in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the cornfields in Illinois. It's very much the same thing, right? It's very much the same thing where you don't know what you don't know. And so I'm not blaming people who are showing up like this, but it's like, dude, come on. Like, why don't we fucking stop and use our heads and use some logic for like 2 seconds? Because everybody's so quick to give up their rights. Like a year ago, if I would have told you, hey, put this on before you go to the store, you would have looked at me and be like, fuck you, bro. I'm not wearing a mask. Like, all of a sudden now, like a lot of the Young Gang, you guys know that I've coached and trained speakers and storytellers for a really long time. And so the one thing that we talk about when we're talking about using language for persuasion and influence is that we want to create frames for our audience to see in. And so when you understand language and human psychology and NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, when you understand how to use these things, you can use language to create frames with which in your audience is only going to see a certain thing. And so it's really, really easy to do that. I can create a frame for absolutely anything. It doesn't matter what opinion, even if I'm not of the opinion, I can still do it because I know how to do these things. And so what you got to understand is that the media is owned by a very few people, and those few people could potentially have different data than you. And so what we're seeing is a lot of the behind the scenes things. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Although you guys should know that the term conspiracy theory was formed by the FBI to get people off the scent of the John F.K. or JFK assassination. Like, JFK assassination happened. I don't know what happened. I'm not saying I do. All I do know is that the FBI is known to have created the term conspiracy theory so they could leak it into the media, so they could program people. So it's like anybody that ever says anything that's not framed by the media company, oh my God, you're a conspiracy theorist. Oh, Marshall, you don't think the coronavirus is real? Like, what? Why is everybody dying, bro? Oh, I don't know, because fucking 500,000 people a year die every year at this time of year. Has anybody noticed how the corona deaths have gone up, but every single other death for the first time in decades and decades and decades has gone down? Like, there's tens of thousands of people, less people dying this year of things like the flu and all these other things than all the other years. This is the 1 year that the corona pandemic came out of all the decades.
Well, they've done so good at keeping everybody plugged in to where they don't, I mean, you get busy with your day, you're worrying about bills, you're stressing out about life. You don't have time to necessarily dig, but now it's been long enough to where it's like, hello, people, like, we have to start collectively, spreading the word.
So this is what I'm worried about. Is I watch the Pat McAfee show a lot. I'm a big sports guy, and I love that show. It's probably the only show I literally watch every day. And he was on there talking to Mark Cuban the other day. And Mark Cuban is the owner of the Dallas Mavericks. You guys, a lot of you may know him from Shark Tank.
Big time.
He made a lot of money in the .com boom. Very, very smart man, and unique, unlike maybe almost any other billionaire that there is in the world. And he's just a real cool guy. And so, I was listening to him talk, Kyle, and he's talking about, oh yeah, we're going to be bringing sports back, but we're going to have to do it in a way that we can social distance. And, Pat's like, what does that look like? Is that all the fans are 6 feet apart? And he's like, Mark's like, no, you've got to understand, we've all been quarantining together as family for a while now. And so we're all probably immune to ourselves. So what it'll look like is like, you'll say, hey, how many in the Gillen party? And it's like, yo, we have I'm going with 8 people. Like, it's like, okay, so we're gonna have to be bussed in together as the 8, put in the seats, and then social distancing from groups, just individuals.
So they almost got to put a bunch of little mini suites throughout the whole.
Exactly. And so he's like, he's just talking about just like, this is what we have to do to open back up and play sports. Now, here's the thing that worries me, right? When will it ever go back to normal? Like, when does that happen? Because as it's framed right now, it's like, well, we'll always have to worry about coronavirus. Even though H1N1 in 2009 killed considerably more people, considerably more people than the coronavirus is even infected yet. Like, killed that many. We didn't hear one thing about it. There was no quarantine. There was no masks. There was nothing. And so the only thing I invite people to look at, I'm like, I'm like, exactly. I'm like, just look at what's going on. Something doesn't smell right. It doesn't feel right. Like, when they first came out, the WHO, right? Which we're not going to talk about all the evidence that points to them being a China-centric foundation organization that has. We're not going to talk about that. All the facts are there. But the WHO came out originally and said you can't be transmitted human to human. They said that in February. And they're also like, oh, well, wait a second, maybe it can. And then it was like, and then the CDC said like, oh, yeah, but the only masks that will possibly work are N95. If it's not an N95 mask, it won't work. And hey, by the way, guys, the virus is actually smaller than the holes of the N95 mask. So the virus can get through the mask, but you have to wear an N95 one. And then like a week later, it's like, hey, you know what?
Oh, you can wear anything.
As long as your face stays covered. As long as your face stays covered, you should be good. It's like, oh, hey, did you guys know that this is an airborne virus? But the way that it's spread is that you have to sneeze or snot or cough or spit on somebody. But it only can fly 10 feet. It's an airborne virus, but it can only fly 10 feet. But people hear airborne and they, oh my God, the people are fucking not asking like logical questions, man. That's what's upsetting to me. My mom and I are tripping out about it. And so, it's like, oh, the 6 foot distance, but it can go 10 feet. Like, why are people not asking more fucking questions about the obvious, man?
Or at least, I mean, if they're not going to ask the questions and start asking, at least begin to do the research so that you stop speaking from a one-sided. Like, I know every time I watch you speak on this, you've researched and done so many hours worth of digging from multiple sides. You didn't just hear one media and be like, oh, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you went and researched more so that you can give an educated point of view. And it's just, I mean, it is what it is up until this point. But if you're listening right now or in the future on the podcast, start researching if you haven't yet. Like, there is so much out there to know. And we know things are censored. There's a web engine called DuckDuckGo. You can go search there. It's just like Google. And it's like, if you're not comfortable, if you don't know who to trust, just start researching and start going deep and wide. It is,
and I appreciate you. I mean, it's true. I've done so much research, and it wasn't because I fucking was like, oh, let me do all the research. It was like, yo, I don't feel like this is right. Somehow this seems wrong. This doesn't seem. We've all voluntarily gone into prison. And like, we're to the point now where we're not even treating people like human beings. Like, we're looking at people and like, literally, like when I go to the store without a mask, because there's one here that we don't have to have a mask to go in. And like, people will like be leaning like this, leaning away.
100%. And won't even smile at you.
It's and even if they want to, you can't. Like, I try to smile at somebody, like, they can't see your face.
Right.
But that's the thing, for anybody that knows anything about language and persuasion, over 90%.
Ooh. We lost Marshall. He said going into 90% of persuasion, I don't know this exactly, but I would say would be body language, because I can almost tell what you can't be like, hi, everything's fine, and then like be leaning back and outward. Like, your body language does give off pretty much your mood, and kind of how yesterday when my face the face I made during the live yesterday,
that was funny.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, like, you can't hide what, like, what instantly I was like, oh shit, I was mad in that moment. So like, you can't, your body language gives it all away. So yeah, people leaning away from you know what they're thinking.
I was just, this upsets me. I don't understand why the Wi-Fi in this place, I pay for good Wi-Fi.
You know what it could be, bro, is like, since you're streaming with somebody and we got, I don't know if that's it. I mean, that program should be good enough.
Nothing else streaming in my place. I have good, strong Wi-Fi, so I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm connected today. I made sure.
There's a few things that upset me these days, but this is going to drive me nuts. I got to this is not cool, man. Anyways, you were 90% of persuasion. Yeah, 90% communication is nonverbal.
Communication, there we go.
90% of communication is nonverbal. And a lot of you maybe not realize that, but how much, the tonality that you speak, the pacing, the body language, the way that you hold your, I mean, it's all energy. And so, so you look at this and all the stuff that is so much is seen through the eyes and through the mouth and the way the face expresses itself. Like, and now that's been like taken away again, they're separating us. They're creating division amongst us. I mean, you look at a movie like Player One, and it's like, well, how far off could that be? Imagine where we can't go to work, so we have to have social credits. And if you don't follow the rules, you don't get your social credits. And life fucking sucks because you're locked in your place. Oh, hey, and then Microsoft, literally during this whole thing with Maria Abramovich, the human eating, the well-known artist that does all that shit, they released that commercial of, hey, VR, it's better than real life. And then they got such a backlash, they pulled the commercial. But it's exactly right. So now we're all quarantined. We can't come out until we get a vaccine, right? But hey, here's this virtual. So I'm like, listen, people that are watching this, I know that this might be a lot for some people, but we have been programmed through movies and radios and TV and music for longer than you can even imagine, okay? And so I started to realize this in 2016 at the last election. I unplugged from the media and everything altogether. That's how entrepreneurship started. But what's interesting about the talk that we're having right now, bro, is I was just listening to the Joe Rogan podcast last night. They released an episode.
Yeah, I was watching the same one, Kevin Hart.
Yeah, with Kevin Hart, dude. Dude. So first off, dope episode. Sat down and watched the whole thing, 2 hours and 14 minutes. Here's
I watched it twice.
Let's talk more about it here in a second.
Okay.
But the thing that was interesting is Kevin Hart got heated for a little bit. Not heated, but like he was passionate.
Yeah, he was fired up.
Fired up about how fucking people just don't ask better questions to get better answers. They just go along with the flow like what? Like he was all fired up about how information is restricted. Everybody wants to sell the information on how to be successful. He's like, and so nobody ever fucking asks. Because everybody's running around pretending like they know the answers. And so he's like, you don't know shit.
Exactly.
You don't ask anything.
And even he's saying that. So, it's like, I was 100% aligned with him. He was telling that story about when he got to meet Jeff Bezos.
Right.
I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that for a second. And he was like, and everybody was like, oh, Kevin, that's not this. This isn't that type of scene or whatever. He was like, I'm going to go over and introduce and it was just like, that's the kind of attitude and the energy sorry, go ahead. For sure.
No, it's cool.
I digress.
For all those who didn't see the episode yet, what we're talking about is Kevin Hart's talking about how he went from nothing to successful. And so, Kyle and I right now are having to talk about the masks in the pandemic, the scandemic, and I don't mean any disrespect to the people that have died.
Right.
People are dying of sickness and disease because they're already sick and diseased.
Right.
Okay. If you take somebody that's sick and diseased, and then you literally terrify the shit out of them that they're going to die at any minute, their body's going to flood with stress, and all the markers inside that are already off, that are already sick and diseased, are going to be amplified exponentially.
Right. Tony Robbins says it best when he says attention goes where energy flows, or energy. Yeah, I always mix that up. But I was just thinking about that yesterday. That literally, when somebody like me, like if I would have focused on fear and like being worried about disease when I already have a chronic illness, like that would lead to more sickness. I just understand and align with, if I give my attention to health and what I'm putting on my fork, that is going to be my best chance of surviving anything, regardless of if it's real or not. But regardless,
which is interesting because they dove into that. Kevin Hart went into him surviving his car accident and kind of how. Well, we'll get into that. We'll get into that.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry, dude. That's cool. Like we're going to talk about that in the second half of the show. We've got to dedicate some time to that Kevin Hart podcast.
Absolutely.
Because there was just so much straight value, and the thing of it is that like, dude. This is why it gets me excited, bro. It gets me excited because I'm like, that's the shit I've already been talking about. I'm like, let's go.
Right,
like
100%. It was on a call me and you were talking like 4 or 5 weeks ago, and we were talking about like, bro, what are we doing? The information's out there. Anybody can get it. And we were literally just talking about that. And then Kevin said that yesterday. Bro. I was like,
and so that's why I want to talk about that because it's so relatable. It's like for anybody that's listening to the Marshal Gillen show, which like, come on, you guys. I don't take it lightly when I talk about this being the #1 show. I know that the more views we get because of you, Gillen Gang, I know the more times that you share this out, that you smash the share button, that you be a friend, tell a friend. The more times you do that, the more that we're going to be able to help more people. And so it's like all the shit that Kevin and Joe talked about, who are arguably right now two of the most successful people on the face of the earth, like even though they're sitting there breaking it down, and I'm like, bro, that's the shit we've been talking about. And so this is not about Marshal Gillen. This is not about Kyle Dillinger. This is not about even the Gillen Gang. It's like I say every day, you guys, the media only shows us so much. Okay. Like YouTube Facebook, these things are censoring.
Although we love Facebook.
We love Facebook. We love YouTube.
We love Facebook over here.
Big friend of the show.
Big friend.
Big friend of the show. Okay. Now, even though that Mark and, Google, they have their own little things going on and directions they're taking their companies, and rightfully so, they're a private company.
Right.
It doesn't always mean that we're going to be able to adhere to the First Amendment, which is the right of free speech, which is what the guys, the framing that they're telling us that we have, but that we really don't. And so why this is so important and why Joe Rogan selling his podcast to Spotify for $100 million is they gave him the right to be able to say whatever the fuck he wants, period. And so it's more important than ever, Gillen Gang, that we're on a mission, that we're moving towards this reality where we're on a mission to save 1 billion lives, with vulnerability and storytelling. And that's why I talk about this every day, you guys. This is our show. I want to create a space where the Marshal Gillen Show is a show where we can all come together, where we can share our ideas, where we can share our beliefs. And we're not labeled as conspiracy theorists. We're simply the Kevin Harts and the Joe Rogans of the world who are unwilling to accept the reality that we had. And we just simply wanted to know more. So not for a pat on the back, we just went and found more fucking information because we wanted to know more. So it's like, that's why I get so frustrated or fired up about this sometimes. I'm like, you see all these fucking sheep wearing masks. I'm like, literally, I respect your right to be afraid. But you should know that mask is 100% propaganda. It does absolutely nothing.
If not worse for you.
If not worse, from carbon dioxide.
Right.
Monoxide, not dioxide.
Yeah.
Like, so. You guys get it? Like, bro, this is so wild to me. And so it's like, again, it's the mask thing is like, the thing that, again, about Mark Cuban and the Pat McAfee show, and I was talking about these guys, I'm thinking about this now, and I'm like, okay, well, if I want to go to a Chicago Bears game, if I want to go watch the Bulls, right? If I want to go watch if I want to go watch the Bears pound the Packers because the Packers are the worst. If you're a Packers fan, like, you don't have to watch the show anymore. Okay? I don't feel bad. You should. I don't.
Hell no.
Listen, they're down. Okay. Anyways, if I want to go watch the Bears beat the snot out of the Packers, I have to adhere to those rules. And it's frustrating because I don't want to. It's because it's such bullshit. I don't want to be somebody that perpetuates the fear. And by choosing to stand outside of the fire, it's like I can't. I'm in a place. I'm like, am I cutting off my nose to spite my face? Could little old Marshal Gillen all by himself change it so this bullshit doesn't go down? I'm like, that. No, I can't.
Right.
I'm like, I can't. And so I get frustrated. I get overwhelmed in it, and then I just fall back into the bad habit, which is, I'll put the mask on or I'll do the thing. And it's like that for everything. Kevin Hart talked about the same thing. Oh, I want to get in shape, but I'll start tomorrow. Oh, I want to fucking be a famous comedian, but I don't feel like going and booking 100 gigs. Like, I want to get paid to speak, but Marshall, I don't want to make a show when only one person's watching. Like, you're not showing up to do the thing every day, but you want to fucking sit around and complain about the fact that you don't have what you want. And it's maddening. Literally, that's why I had to get out of the entrepreneur space. A lot of you guys may or may not know I was a motivational speaker. That's how I started. Motivational speaker and a coach before I came into full-time into TV hosting.
That's why I sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. That's why I stepped away from trying to coach or consult in the mental health world, so to speak, is just because like I had been through it and I was sharing my story with them and we were getting all vulnerable, and then I would give them the steps that I personally believe through my personal experience, what to do to get out of that situation. And they would just, no action. And it's not good or bad, right or wrong. I wasn't ready enough. So it was kind of twofold, but it made me realize I wasn't ready enough to be that consultant. But that I just wanted to speak on that because that is why I stepped away, is because it gets maddening and energy draining.
100%. Here's the thing, though. It's like I realized that for me personally, I'm like the anti-influencer now. Like that's my whole thing, like anti-influence, because it's such bullshit. I've met most of the influencers that these entrepreneurs are following online. They're not that great, and they're actually not that great of people. Like a lot of them are really fucking like they're kind of bitchy, they're kind of assholes, and like you can tell there's pain there. And because making money and growing a brand online is just pulling a couple levers. Anybody can do it, but it was just like such like filth and scum that I felt being among it, because everybody's fucking lying to everybody and they're lying about everything. These motivational speakers are going up, they haven't done shit. Like they haven't done shit. They learned how to recite a few fucking Zig Ziglar lines, and I'm standing here going like, don't put me on the stage. Try, like right now, like I'm telling you, if you're an event that does entrepreneur, like you don't want me on your stage, because I'm probably going to call out all the speakers as being like, dude, for real. That's why I had to get out of space though. It's like a lot of people that used to follow me and want to like they just talk shit. They're not going to actually fucking do anything, because they don't actually do anything. I've been following most of them for 3-4 years. They haven't done a fucking thing. And I'm not like talking down to them. I'm like, yo, like again, you just brought it up, the Joe Rogan and Kevin Hart podcast. There's an episode, you guys, where part of the episode where Kevin Hart is talking about being at a party. Actually, he starts off like this. He goes, Joe, did you know there's fucking rooms where shit going on that you didn't even know was going on? And then when he's talking about guys, rooms with people that have a lot of money. And he's like, one day somebody's just like, hey, yo, Kev, come back here. Let me show you this room. And he's like, I go into the room and he's like, it's unbelievable. You know, he's talking about how much money and wealth is in it. And so he's like, I was at one of these places and I look across the room and there's Jeff Bezos. Okay. Arguably the richest public man, right?
Right.
Trillionaire, public trillionaire. And he goes, I'm going to go over there and talk to him. I'm going to go introduce myself. And his friend was like, no, man, don't do that. Don't do that, man. And Kevin's like, what do you mean don't do that? He's like, it ain't really that kind of party. Kevin's like, he's like, that man built $1 trillion business. I want to walk over and ask, how the fuck did you think of Amazon? Right? That's what Kevin is trying. And the reason I'm telling you guys this, Gillen Gang, is because what Kevin is trying to share with the audience on Joe's podcast is that enough of us aren't willing to just go ask the question, because we just fall into line with whatever we've been programmed, whatever we've been told, whether it's wear a mask, whether it's not that kind of party, don't go talk to him. And so Kevin Hart's like, no, I'm going to go fucking talk to him. I'm going to go interrupt and introduce myself. And so Kevin Hart goes over there, says, yo, Mr. Bezos, I'm Kevin Hart. This is my wife. These are my 2 daughters. I admire you. Wow. I admire the shit out of you. It's just absolutely incredible what you've built. I just wanted to come shake your hand and introduce yourself and just say how much of an inspiration you are to somebody like me. Now, this is networking 101, you guys. Like
101.
101. A lot of people, when you go to networking events, they go in for the kill. Here's my business card. This is what I do. Like, fuck that. Like, I teach this, and actually inside my course, I teach this. It's like, how do you network like a billionaire? What you got to understand is it's really, really simple. But you got to be willing to do what most people don't. And what Kevin was positioning and framing himself for was not to go freaking tell Jeff or ask a bunch of questions right now. It wasn't the time or place for that. And he knew that. He simply wanted to get a connection, see my face, feel my energy. And next time I have an opportunity to run into you, maybe you'll take it the next step further. And that's what networking really is, dude. It's like, I used to, like what I teach, I'm like, dude, networking is never about saying anything about yourself. What I teach to my people about networking, I'm like, go to the event, find the people that you want to connect with, walk up to them, ask them what they do, figure out what it is. Don't say too much about yourself at all. And
let them talk.
Halfway, let them talk. And then halfway through the event, take a step back, look throughout the room of all the people you've talked to, and then go make connections to the people you've met. When you leave that event, they're going to watch you leave. They'll be like, oh, that Marshal Gillen, he's a great fucking guy, isn't he? Oh, yeah, he is. And I didn't say anything to them. I just I let them talk about themselves, and that connected people. And that's networking 101. It's literally how I built my business. It's how I booked all these events and got on these podcasts. But the more I did that, the more the influence, I'm like, these people are full of shit.
You can, especially once you, and I personally know, since we've been connected for a while now, how much work or healing work, so to speak, you've done. And I know from experience, once you do that, you can start to see it in other people, like, oh, wow, they have a lot of anger built up still. Like I noticed yesterday, I did a lot of reflecting after our show yesterday, which we can get into later, but I had a nice reflection moment about my ex that I ended up talking about yesterday. Literally, literally like an hour after we got off the show. So that was
what's
cool. I forgot where I was going with that now.
Well, that's okay. We take a lot of vitamins on this show.
Yeah.
So listen,
we do, and I did before the show.
Speaking of taking vitamins, we're actually going to take a vitamin break. You guys can.
Perfect.
We're about 37 minutes past the hour. Gillen Gang, if you're digging this conversation, let us know below. Let us know what you think. I want to dive more into what we're talking about, though, with the Jeff Bezos story. I want to talk more about what Kevin Hart was saying about that and why it's important to us. Because when you learn how to network like this and you learn really what's going on and you learn how to use stories and persuasion and influence to be able to manifest the reality you want, I'm telling you, the game changes. And so, hey, what's going on? Evelyn just hopped on. What's going on? We're just getting ready to go into our first break, girl. Thanks for being here. We're going to take a short break. We're going to come back. We're going to pick up right where we left off. Hey, Gillen Gang, we're on one today. You know the drill, man. Be a friend, tell a friend, share this with somebody. You guys, we just got over 900 subscribers finally on YouTube. So we're getting that much closer, bro, to being able to go mobile Marshall and take this show on the road and be able to bebop around. I do like the studio. I love the lighting and be able to have my stuff, but I do want to be able to get out and get around, dude. And I want to dive more into this networking thing. I want to dive more into what Kevin and Joe talked about. And I want to dive a little bit more into what's going on with this mask. Because, again, what I'm worried about is when is it going to change? Right. How are we going to change it?
Right.
Are we going to be able to change it? Is there anything the Gillen Gang can even do to make a difference? These are questions we're going to answer at the next part of the show. You guys, I will see you on the flip side about 2 minutes or so. And join us back here. In the meantime, you guys are going to get a kick out of this commercial video. Listen, it was a good day. I'll see you guys in the flip.
Now, this scenario is going to be a 211 scenario. That car has been involved in a robbery, right? Armed robbery. Officers know about this because it matches the description and everything runs the way it should. So they know that, hey, this vehicle is bad. And something is up. Even an assumption that people say, hey, that car, I believe just shot up this house, they'll still have that feeling of, hey, this is going to be a serious matter. So what that is, I'll explain this to them. What's going on? Because they are right here. They're right here.
It's funny too. I could see them when they pick off.
Yeah, sometimes they do.
I guess that's real steep. And then you left.
That boy! And I try to put a little stress by yelling. Right, grandma, you good, you're on. Ma'am, place your hands outside the car, ma'am.
Not going back.
Ma'am,
Not going back.
ma'am, please put the gun down. Put the gun down, ma'am.
No, not going back.
Put your hands behind your head.
No,
Turn around.
not going back.
All right, and scenario, come on down. That was fast, didn't it?
All right, guys, this is real talk, and this is just a small example. But I'm just leaving the Hotel Del Coronado here, and I got this nitro cold brew coffee. This is like 20 ounces, right? And so on the menu, they explicitly only sell 12-ounce cold brew nitro. Like, that's it. Like, they only sell 12 ounce like that. You can't get it more. So I'm standing there and I ordered cold brew. She's like, 12 ounce, is that okay? And I was like, really? I'm like, can't I just pay more? Can't you just give me a bigger cup and pay more? And she's like, I can't really do that. And I'm like, look, like, I'll take care of you, right? And she kind of looks at me. And so, you know, I end up paying, you know, overpriced for this, but I wanted a cup this big. The value for me to walk out of that hotel with more than just 12 ounces, that was of value to me. And so I was willing to spend on that. And so what I want you guys to remember from this lesson is that, look, money talks. I know that people, say, oh, money doesn't buy happiness and stuff. I'm telling you guys, if you have the money, you have the resources, you have the wealth, you can have things done that you need to get done. And so, like I said, this is just a little example, but everything like this. And I have so many stories of the times when money talks, gets things done that can be done. So don't forget, that's important to create wealth in your life, you guys. You don't want to be stuck in a bunch of people telling you what you can and can't do. That ain't freedom. If you guys want to know more, I'm telling you guys, join Gillen University. Head over to GillenUniversity.com and learn how I'm transforming people's lives. But
what up,
I'm
bro?
going back to my life
What's up,
here.
brother?
Welcome back.
I got new energy.
Do you got new energy?
Just that
Bro,
quick.
listen to this. I don't know if you saw the video I played when we took a commercial break, but it was
Little
me with the cops. And
Oh,
so
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, dude, it was interesting. I got to run this scenario. I had a vest on and this fake gun, when you're in cop cars with the cops. And I hop out and I'm like, get out of the car, or whatever I was saying to the lady. I'm like, ma'am, show me your hands. Show me your hands. It was called a hot stop. Like what it's like when the cops have to do a hot stop. And what it was is that it was radioed into us that we were looking for a car, and the car was known to have a gun in the inside of it, like a hostile person.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got out of the car and we're, get out of the car, show us your hands. And although it was totally fake, we knew there was no real guns. I was in a class with people. The girl who was playing the bad person, we all knew it, each other. But even in that moment, dude, the adrenaline was intense. And I've never been. I'm not a cop hater. I'm not fuck the cops. We got to get rid of cops. But
Right.
I've never gotten along with cops. And cops have never gotten along with Marshal Gillen. And so I've always been fucking cops. I don't talk to cops, nothing. When I was much younger, I was in San Diego. I was at a place called Campanile. It's just an apartment place up by San Diego State, where the students stay. Anyways, got in a big fight, beat up a bunch of these kids. We were all bloody, and a cop showed up, and they're like, what's going on here? And I'm like, nobody ever say a fucking word. When the cops walk up here, nobody ever fucking say a word, And they walk up, like, what's going on? We're like, that officer was chilling. They're like, are you sure? We heard somebody was fighting. We're like, no, we're good, officers. And they're like, you guys are all bleeding and bloody. I'm like, no, we're good, officers. So I've always kind of been like that, fuck the cops. I don't trust them, right?
Right.
However, there's a lot to be said, and there's still a lot of room for improvements. And I'm not here to have a discussion about whether cops are good or bad. What I'm saying is this. About a year and a half ago, a good friend of mine gave me an opportunity to go with her and another friend to this one-day event that the San Diego Police Department was hosting. And they opened the event, opened it to a public. You had to register and stuff for it. And what happened is we got to spend an entire day being like a San Diego police officer. And so they took us out to it's an abandoned place by the airport where they actually train. We sat in class for like 2 hours, and then we got to go to all the stations. Dude, we were with SWAT, we were with EOD, we were doing obstacle courses and all this crazy stuff. It was bro, the one with the dogs, where they kick, where they actually have the dog, and and then they're like, okay, well, now we're gonna go, and they get in this scenario, and they all right, they say one word to the German Shepherd, and they're fucking kick in the door, and it's, oh, bro, if you could have stood there and heard the dog, it was whoa, you could feel it. And I was like, holy. I got my arm, bro. I was like, holy.
I know it's a serious situation, but damn.
Oh, dude. Yeah, and then they go. They let the dog go, and the dog, with so much torque and force and power, tears out of that spot and boom, into the house, and it locates the bad guy in a minute, and it's dragging him out. I mean, the guy's in a big old thing. Anyways, it was a cool experience. And this is what I'll say. I know that's obvious, but I never really thought too much about it until they broke it down. It's the respect I have for cops from the day. I'm telling you, it's they said, nobody ever wants to be contacted by us at any point,
right?
Good or bad.
Nobody
wants to ever. So he's like, you got to understand that when people see us, they don't want to see us. He's imagine what it's like to show up and never want to be
even off duty.
Even off duty. And then it's on top of that, there's a lot of bad guys out there.
and they don't give a shit about you. And so it's not only that, but it's like, as a cop, it's like we have a flag on us all the time. Here we are. If you want to come fuck with us, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then we're talking about, again, this is not Gillen Gang. The Marshal Gillen show is not a political show. We're just having conversations about things that are going on.
Just a big
And I got to
deal.
ask you about Memorial Day party here in a second.
Okay.
I'm gonna get to you. But what was I saying?
You were talking about your cop experience and your respect for him.
Cop.
Cop.
And so what they were saying is, like, he was talking about the body cams, which I think I'm a big fan of the body cams. I think they all should be wearing body cams. But he said, but in reality, what the body cam shows is only like right here. He said, when you're an officer and you're looking this way, the cam doesn't move with your head. And so a lot of these things in court, they'll show a body cam and it looks one way, but you don't understand what the officer was responding to in the moment of everything, which I think is very fair. And they're like, a lot of times if you could open up the scene, you would see a whole lot more.
Right.
And they talk about cop shootings, which again, it's not political. There's a lot of fucked up shit that there's a lot of things that I'm not too sure about. But then again, there's also things that you should know, where I learned that day. And it was like, they're showing, I was like the volunteer that went up front. They gave me a gun. And the only thing they wanted me to do is that they wanted me to raise the gun and pull the trigger as soon as the officer on the other end pulled his gun. So I just I knew he was going to pull a gun on me. And I knew, so the only thing was, all I had to do was raise my gun and pull the trigger before he did. But he got to go first. And I got to watch him. And there was 0% chance that when that guy pulls the gun first, that I'll get a shot off. Okay? 0% chance. It's not the input, sensory input from the brain to the eye it cannot compute fast enough. So now you're a man or officer, you're a man or woman of the law, and you're in a situation where somebody has a loaded gun, and they're going to take your life possibly. You have to wait until they pull on you to take action, which has a 0% chance of you drawing and hitting them first. So what I understood from that day is that now all these officers are going to these situations, and it's really easy to blame, which again, I'm not saying what's right or wrong. I don't know. I'm not smart enough to understand that.
Right.
I just take vitamins and do this show.
Same.
Same. Gang.
Facts.
But I'm like, dude, that's crazy to think about. You think about all this stuff going on. It's like in a hostile world where everything's everybody's a journalist on a phone media company now.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that, listen, a billionaire goes and pays off student loans, like they're saying, and it's, they talk about for one day. A celebrity gets their dick sucked in the stall, and they talk about it for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
We live in a world where people love to talk about the bad shit.
Right.
And so all I'm saying is that from that, and I didn't show that on purpose. Literally, you guys, every morning before when I'm programming the show, I just go to my phone videos and I just like scroll, and I stop and I find like a 2 to 3 minute video to share with you guys. I hope you guys enjoy that. But so like, I just thought that was interesting. Thought that was interesting from that day. Okay, this is the thing I want to get into though. Gillen Gang, give us a like, give us a love. Let us know you're out there. Let us know what you want us to talk about. I got some coffee here. I want to talk about some Memorial Day parties, and I want your opinion on this because I'm confused. In real talk,
Let me hear
I'm not saying it's right or wrong. Okay, so I'm at this Memorial Day party yesterday. Good friend of mine, good friend, one of my best friends. Know everybody there. Her parents are there. I'm with my best friend. One of her other best friends are there, and then her best friend. We're all in our mid-30s. Obviously, our parents are a little older. And her daughter's like, I think in maybe sophomore in high school. And then her friend, another sophomore in high school, two girls. And so we're at the party, and that's it. It's not even a party. It's just a little get together, right? We're just out back there cooking up, which I love Memorial Day food, first off.
Same.
Hey, real quick, Gillen Gang, it's a question I want to know. What do you guys call, we're going to get into this at the end of the show. I should have uploaded graphics. I'll just show you right here. Comment below where you live at in the world. What is that called? What is that snack called? I call that puppy chow. What do you call that, bro?
Puppy chow. Yeah, I was about to say that's what
Puppy
I hear
chow, right?
it is.
Yeah, we're from the Midwest though, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna share some answers with that later because I want to see if we can bring a guest on in a little bit. I want to give them the Chex Mix quiz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you guys are watching this live and you guys want to come on, comment below, let us know. In the second hour, I'm going to bring somebody on. I'm going to give you a quiz because inquiring minds have to know about this Chex Mix that I keep finding at Memorial Day parties. And then we'll know what you guys also think about puppy chow. There's so many names that people call that shit, dude. It's crazy. Anyways, I'm at this Memorial Day party. All the Memorial Day food, right? And there's people drinking beers. I mean, shit. One of the dad was drinking fucking like, I don't know, rum and Coke, right? Getting a little tipsy.
In the heat.
Yeah, in the heat. Somebody's drinking wine. People are drinking beers. You know what I'm saying? Just drinking them. Gonna get in their car and drive home. We all know, right?
Yeah.
And it's a couple blocks, or whatever. The sophomores know. Like this is just nobody's wasted. They're just drinking, having some drinks. We're just being adults.
Yeah.
Everybody there, well, the dad, my best friend, the girl whose house it is, and we all take vitamins. Big vitamin users, okay? Love our vitamins.
Love them.
So I'm at the party. I didn't have my vitamins with me. You know why? My fanny pack broke. My vitamin pack broke. My vitamin pack, if you guys didn't know, you hear the show yesterday, my vitamin pack broke. The zipper busted out. After 13 years, my fanny pack, the zipper busted out, fell on the ground. Lucky for you guys, though, and lucky for me, actually.
I was about to say, lucky for you.
Lucky for me, bro. I found a new fanny pack. But then I said, you know what, Kyle? You know what I said?
I think you said we shouldn't just keep this to ourselves. We should share it with everybody.
Are you fucking reading my mind? That's literally what I said, bro. I was like, this is selfish of me to have this fanny pack, this practicality on my persons alone. I feel like I want to share this with more people. And then I said, you know what? Holy shit. I should put something on that, and I should put it on my Marshall merch at MarshalGillen.com so the Gillen gang can head over there and get their own fanny packs.
Let's fucking go, bro.
Just saying, man. Listen, I just learning this from people smarter than me. And
Same.
so I didn't have my vitamins with me because I didn't have my vitamin pack. And so I asked my friend, I said, hey, yo, you got any vitamins? And she said, yeah, I got some vitamins. She said, let me go get them. She goes and grabs them. She says, but hey, will you do me a favor? Will you go down to the garage and take your vitamins? And I was like, I was going to anyways, because I don't know why, because I'm conditioned. But I was thinking, dude, like, why is that such a fucking, like, it's legal to take vitamins in Illinois. I mean, it's recreationally, medicinally, it's legal. It's completely legal. So why is it that the stigma is that I have to go down to the garage to take my vitamins, but we can all openly drink and then get into, again, nobody was drunk, you guys. It wasn't like people were like, ugh. But I'm saying, like, technically, even having like a beer, right? And then like, all I'm saying is when does that end? Do you think that ever ends? What do you think on this?
I don't think it. Well, okay. So it's funny you mentioned this because over the weekend, where I was at, my family that I was staying with, they do not like vitamins, and I respect it. And I was in a perfectly legal state. It's actually like recreational there, and not just medicinal. In the same situation, like those of us that want to partake in that activity have to go somewhere else. Now, if it's inside of a house, I completely understand that. Obviously, I'm not going to take my vitamins in somebody else's house if they don't want to smell that. But yeah, I don't think that stigma is going to end for a while, honestly, until the problem is most people see, I hate to sound like I'm stereotyping or categorizing people, but it seems like the collective, in my experience at least, they automatically think that's a drug because that's what we've been taught, and that's just what everybody thinks. It's like they don't know the research of the medicinal uses. Maybe they don't have anxiety and need to take vitamins that they want something natural to cure their anxiety or help with that. So yeah, it's just like until we all collectively start to be on the same page, it's not going to change, in my opinion. So, but that's why we're here to break the stigma and talk about these things.
100%. And that's all we're doing, Gillen Gang.
Doing.
We're just here having a conversation about these things because listen, Kyle and I aren't claiming to know what the deal is. We're just being like, yo, is there a deal? Are we making this up in our heads? Did we take too many vitamins? What's going on? Okay, that's what we're figuring out, Gillen Gang. We're getting to the bottom. We're getting to the bottom of this in the real world, and there's so much cool stuff going on. I want to get back into this Kevin Hart and Joe Rogan podcast, but before we do, I want to make a big announcement, because I don't know if there's anybody in the audience that's watching this or listening to this who has ever wanted to do something and then said they were going to do it, but then didn't do it. I mean, I don't know if there's anyone in the audience that's ever done that. Kyle, have you ever done that? I know I've done that so many times.
So many times.
Bro, I'm getting so tired. I'm getting so sick and tired of it, man. It's draining. Like, literally, it's exhausting to let yourself down every day.
Literally.
I mean,
and that's the best way to, that was perfectly said. It's like, that's what it's
exhausting. Because you sit there and you blame and you shame and you guilt yourself and you deplete all of your, and you don't do it on purpose. You just don't know what you don't know. There's no other blueprint. And so for three, and I know when I say these things, if people know me, they're like, bro, you don't seem like you have trouble taking action. I do sometimes, right? I do sometimes. The things I'm scared about or not sure about. And so it's like, I've been saying I was going to start this podcast forever. Like, oh, I'm going to start a podcast. But I kept justifying not being on podcast platforms because I'm like, well, I go live every day. So whatever. I'll get to it.
Right.
But I never had any structure of knowing what I was going to talk about. I didn't know how to frame it. And so I was always scared to start a show or a podcast. So instead of ever putting any structure to it, I just did it whenever. Oh, it's better this way. It's more spontaneous. It's right from the cuff. It's from my heart. Okay, that may be cool too. But those became excuses to justify why I wasn't taking action on things I wanted to take action on. Like, I've been knowing for 2 years that I should have started a podcast 2 years ago, because the people in my inner circles that I invested a ton of money, they launched theirs. And now they're like top of the top podcast right now, making tons of money from it. But I never did, because I was like, well, nobody's going to listen to it. What if I don't know what to talk? Which is ridiculous, because I was already doing it every day. But I just had been framing it to myself in a story that would reinforce why I could validate my inaction and inadequacy and lack of results. And so I told myself a story so I could feel good about myself, because I felt bad everywhere else. And this is what people do. This is what holds them back. And the reason I'm telling Gillen Gang this right now is because I've been saying I was going to launch a podcast and I haven't done it. Well, guess what, Gillen?
Until now.
That's what. You know what yesterday I did? I said, enough. So I'm tired of letting myself down. If you guys are tired of letting yourself down, let me know below. Gillen Gang. And hey, I'm telling you guys, listen, if you are tired of letting yourself down, that's why I started the Gillen Gang. So there's two things I did. I did a whole bunch of things yesterday, literally. Okay, I did a whole bunch of things. I'm going to be honest with you. I did a whole bunch.
Hey, I don't know if they heard.
Listen, this is a big operation over here. Okay?
Big operation over
here. Big operation over here. Okay, bro, listen, this is the thing. I didn't do any stuff, though. You know, I still hope one day I'll meet a nice woman and we'll do stuff. But that's in the distance. I wasn't doing that kind of stuff. But if you do that kind of stuff regularly, and you should do your stuff with protection. And in order to carry around your phone, your wallet, your lip gloss, your protection for the stuff that you do, you might want to go over at MarshalGillen.com and check out the Marshall merch. Later today, one of the things I'm going to be doing that's not that stuff, but other stuff, is I'm going to be getting that fanny pack, that vitamin pack uploaded into the Marshall merch store. So you never know. But anyways, I was doing a lot of stuff yesterday. And so it got me really hyped up, because there's like stuff I kept saying I was going to do and I haven't done. Like I like went and pruned the bushes yesterday. I got rid of all the bullshit. I was like, okay, I'm not doing all that anymore. I'm just letting that go. Fuck it. I know I said I was going to, but I know it wasn't it. I have to do this. And so that's why we started the Gillen Gang. I started the headquarters, our lair. If you haven't heard yet, we have a hangout for our gang activities. It's a secret location. If you want access to it, text the number, Gillen Gang, to 833-222-2694. Go. And so I did that. But then most importantly, bro, is I got us up on Spotify. I got us up on Apple, on Google, on Stitcher, on all of the freaking, all the things.
My man got fired up from Kevin Hart.
Yeah, dude, I just finally took action, man. And so if you're watching this Gillen Gang, again, this is my story. It's not a story about me. It's a story about you. And how can you use the Marshall Gillen Show? And you can tune in with Kyle and Marshall every morning and learn about, like, okay, well, what is it that I need to do? How can I be inspired to take action? I don't know what Kyle. I can't speak for him. But if a dummy like me can be making his dream life like this, I'm telling you, it's possible.
Hey, I was taught to copy success, and that success
Model
leaves
success.
clues.
Let's go,
So,
man.
I'm right behind you. I'm picking up the crumbs.
Dude, I dig that, man. I really dig that. And, it's interesting. That's why I started, asking more questions about what's going on with this whole, pandemic thing. What's really going on here, you guys?
Right.
What did we really learn? I mean, when I started seeing stuff being censored off of YouTube, I had shows, like a couple of the Marshal Gillen shows from earlier in these episodes were pulled off. They were pulled off. Just deleted.
No surprise, honestly, but
no surprise, man. And I didn't do anything. If you've ever watched my videos, I never claimed to be the expert. I can really tell you guys, listen, I'm not telling you what to think. This is just what I'm learning. This is blowing my mind. Hey,
passing along information.
Listen, we got a lot to talk about today. We're coming to the turn of the second hour. I want to ask you something, though. And I don't want to get too far off topic because we really got to talk about this Kevin Hart and Joe Rogan thing. Just really cool episode. I want to talk about how he said he survived his crash, breaking his back and what he should have died. I want to talk about what he did and what he's been focusing on. And I want to share some of the pointers that he had because I think it's going to be valuable for our audience. But before I do, I did want to mention something yesterday, and I didn't. And since we're not a show really about anything, and we just like to have conversations about everything, I want to touch on the fact that the fucking government, they announced that we officially have UFOs. Like, they released the information. They declassified it. But nobody said anything.
Not a damn word.
What is going on with
Crickets.
that? What do you think's going on with that?
I honestly, I was giving that some thought, and I was trying to pinpoint, like, how did that just blow over? But I guess I get it. I mean, collectively, it's like people want to, like, semi-admit that they believe that, but it's like they don't want to give it any thought and be like, oh, wait, that is real. That could be real. There could be something that I don't know.
In a reality where people believe in aliens but are afraid to not wear masks? Is that what I hear?
That sounds about right as of today. Yeah.
That's what's going on.
Potentially,
Listen,
yeah.
This has been a wild year. Wild year, man.
It seems like a decade in 1 year.
Bro,
Half a year.
World War III to start off 2020, which was like, are we going to war with Korea? Is that what's going on? This could be potentially in the world. Who knows? But it wasn't. Passed over. Next thing, T's and P's to Kobe Bryant and to his daughter and to everybody that passed away in the plane. That shit was nuts. We lost Kobe. That day shook me.
Right. And it still does.
Dude, shook me. I was like, damn. Like, if Kobe can be taken just like that, like, it makes your own mortality way more real.
And it was humbling.
Super
for me.
humbling.
And I don't want to say it like this because in my mind, I don't believe this, but as of right now, if you looked at my credentials, I'm nobody, so to speak. Yeah. But in my head, I'm like, no, I'm somebody one day. 100%. Like, and I was thinking that, like, damn, I could do all this work, do all that grind, and then would I be happy? And I was like, nope, it's time to step it up. And I thought I was already stepping it up, but that took it to another level.
100%, right? I mean, so. It does. And it's like, oh, bro, I'm telling you, that was a change. That was the one that lit the fire into my ass to get started again. I was like, well, got to go. Time to do this. Okay.
And you have a track record online that you could go back and see that. Like, it's been amped up.
Dude, 100%. And I thought it was like the speaking thing. And so I jumped right back into speaking, and I was going to host a workshop at the end of March. It was going to be Top Paid Speaker Boot Camp. I'd done it many times before. I was going to host it in San Diego. I was just getting ready to start selling tickets, and then boom, this virus hits. And yeah, it is actually interesting. I had to go away from that. Then I started teaching people how to speak online and get paid, which is crazy because now all the big speakers are like, oh, hey, did you know you get paid online? I'm like, yeah, motherfuckers, I've been teaching that for the last 2 years in Top Paid Speaker. But it's just crazy,
Oh, shit.
It's crazy because now the same people that used to follow me or that have followed me for a long time, they're the ones that run and buy from those people, but they never bought from me. They'll go buy $1,000 course from the big name person, but they won't buy a $500 program from Marshall.
Wow.
Well, again, this is the thing. This is why I moved out of the entrepreneur space, because most people just like to fucking get themselves off thinking that they're actually taking action. And, oh, I'm connected. I bought from this person, and I took Tony Robbins this, and I bought, and it's like, you're not going to do shit because you've never done shit. And I finally got to a point where I got so frustrated in that, where I was taken away from me. And so when the Kobe Bryant thing hit, I got back into this. And then as these things kept going, as it was one thing after the next, fucking murder hornets, we're going to kill us. Where'd the murder hornets go? No murder. Gone.
They pop up for 3 days.
Listen, all I know has been a crazy year to be alive. Everything's killing us. So I was like, I'm just going to fucking take action on what I want to do. I said, if the world's cruising to an end, then I'm just going to take action now. And I don't know what's going to happen. And so literally I read something, gosh, I can't even remember where I read it at, but it said something along the lines of like, when you're a little kid and you wake up and you're like getting ready and you're going to Disneyland that day, you're getting ready to go on vacation to Disneyland. Like, if you're watching this, you guys, think about the last time you were that excited. Like, when was the time you were a child and you woke up and you were so fucking excited because it was so different and the possibility was so infinite that you just you didn't even know what to expect, but you knew you were excited. And I read something like that. I was like, damn, yeah, I do. That's that childlike excitement. And what they were saying is like, why can't we try to learn how to approach every day like that? Why can't we wake up in the morning and know that if we plant seeds that we like, that we can wake up every day and go, oh my God, what is today going to give me? Oh, I got a flat tire in the rain. Oh God, I wonder why you're slowing me down. I wonder what's around the next corner. What are you setting me up for? And again, you guys, it takes a ton of time and practice to get to that, dedication and sacrifice. But I have definitely come to that. And for me, it's like, that's how I look at life now. And so I get excited every day. People are like, oh, you always like this? Like, yeah, bro, I'm always excited like this.
Yeah. Newsflash.
Yeah.
Marshall is always like this.
I'm hyped because I love life. Because I'm like, I learned a few years ago, all I have to do is just outwork everybody else and get focused on what I want and never be willing to settle. And as long as I do that, life just keeps getting better and better. And so I went into this seclusion, and we talked about yesterday when I went into my breakup, tail end of my 5-year relationship. That was a nightmare. If you guys didn't hear that episode yesterday, definitely go back and listen to it. I only not to validate me, but because I've gotten a ton of messages since yesterday about that episode of men who reached out to me going, bro, like, thank you so much. And then they just open up and they just spill their guts to me. Like they've never spilled their guts before. So yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying too, right? Like, what a blessing.
The space, bro. Yeah.
100%. And so it's like that, but that gives me more fulfillment than dealing with people who just talk shit about doing what they say they're going to do and not doing it. And this goes to everything. This goes for everybody. This goes to the, like, how we do one thing's how we do everything. And so, bro, that's why I'm excited. I've been texting Kyle up the ass, you guys. I'm super excited about this show. My mom, I've been walking in circles. Every time she's not talking, I'm telling her how excited I am about the show. And like, I'm like that because of the childlike excitement of like, oh, I get to do something creative. I get to produce this show. And now on the flip side, I'm scared every single day. I'm like, okay, cool. We have like 7 to 12 viewers. How am I going to fucking get more? Nobody knows who I am. I'm not going to events.
But this goes back to what we talked about yesterday about leaning into being scared, and you're still showing up every single day. I mean, I know this is early, but you have consistently showed up, and we know those of us at least that tune in and have been tuning in, #GILLEN GANG. Shout out to y'all. We know that, I mean, showing up isn't the problem for you, and we know you're going to be showing up constantly. So I know personally, and I know because we already feel it, that a year from now, it doesn't matter if you know what I mean? We're going to be looking back to these episodes like, damn, bro, did you remember when you were in your room? I just drove back from Michigan. We were on the 2nd episode, and that's what it's going to be. These are memories that we're going to be pulling from a year from now.
Dude, like my assistant's probably going to come back and clip this clip of me being like, I told y'all.
Yep, this is a piece of content.
So you know. You should have joined. You should have texted the number that's down here. You should have texted that back then. But you fucked up. You didn't. But listen, literally though, I'm scared. You're right. And I appreciate that. I believe that too. But you're right. But I'm still scared. Because I go every day. Well, I can't expect the 10 people that watch the show to share this every day. And even if they did, I can't expect anybody in their audience is going to give a fuck because they don't know who I am.
Right.
I'm putting ad spin behind all these episodes just to get reviews so I can retarget them with funny commercials. Like I want to make a commercial like of you and I, and not to like paint you in the picture, but like
Oh no.
I just need somebody.
100%.
I want to do like the old Apple commercial where like the dorky guy used to come out, and then Justin Long would come out kind of like a hipster, and they'd be like, "Hey, I'm a Mac, and I'm a PC."
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's funny.
I want to do something that's like, "Hey, yo, what's up, guys? I'm the Marshall Gillen Show," and you're like, "Hey, guys, I'm every other podcast." Like, and we'll put the music to it in the scene, and then I want to record our
Oh
show.
shit, that's gonna be hilarious.
Gillen Gang, I'm telling you guys, this show is a show that's dedicated to making you a better fucking human being. Okay, plain and simple.
Point
Listen,
blank.
Joe,
Period.
Yeah, period. Like the Joe Rogan, that's great, and all the other episodes, they're great. But nobody does it like me, because we can talk about aliens, we can talk about quantum physics. I can tell you how to build a 7-figure business. I can tell you how to get paid to speak. I can tell you how to be in a relationship. Listen, there's a guy by the name of Matt Taylor that told me how to do stuff with this thing to the other thing that I can teach other people that I learned a long time ago. Okay, there's all kinds of stuff. I can be filtered and unfiltered. I can
Endless possibilities.
and unfit. There's nobody like the Marshall Gillen Show, and there's absolutely nobody that I would rather have be sitting shotgun with me than Kyle Dillinger. This is not by mistake. This is by design. And let me tell you what, Gillen Gang, when I say this is by design, I don't mean that Kyle and I designed this. I promise you, this is Kyle even being here is totally just random as fuck. Like you're not
at random AF.
But it's kind of going good.
Yeah, I like it. I love it.
I like
Actually.
it. Imagine if all we had to do is just sit down for 2 hours a day, bro, right here, and that's it. I mean, obviously there'd be like more things like answers and messages and stuff. But imagine if like we could create a platform where like we just have a conversation. You don't have to join every day. I like doing this every day, but you know what I mean? Like how fucking cool, right?
Like I mentioned before to you, I let go and let God. I'm going with what rolls out, and right now this is the move. So
that's the move.
We'll ride the wave.
I love making a long story longer, as you all know. And the why I make this long story longer, Gillen Gang, is because, again, if there's something in your life, it doesn't look, and I'm fired up about this because of the Kevin Hart episode we just watched. And again, I'm going to get into it in a second. But he talks about this. The same thing that Kyle and I are talking about is literally what Kevin Hart, maybe Dave Chappelle, but the #1 comic on the planet, you know what I mean? Bigger than life.
When it's all said and done, I think he will be, but
bigger than life right now. And he's telling you the simple fucking game plan on that episode of the joke. He's going, yeah, I just did the same thing with persistence and belief for a long time. And then if you guys should literally go read his book. I can't remember what it is. I have it here on podcast or on Audible. Actually, I'm not in the business of just giving you guys half the information. So let me fucking just pull it up real quick because I have it right here. Okay. It's called Kevin Hart. I can't make this up. I can't make this up. It's right there. Can't make this up. It's excellent. Now, I like this because, as Kyle said earlier, success leaves clues. So I want to know what successful people do to achieve success. Like I went through Tommy Lauren or whatever, the blonde-headed political chick that everybody hates, right or wrong, whatever, don't care. I was like, well, how did she do that? Because she started with a phone in the middle of nowhere, and then she was like made her own like news thing, and then like did all the things. Are you still there? Oh, thank God. Thought we were going down again. And so I like to do that. I've told you guys in the past, you guys want to recreate success in this format, just go to YouTube to whoever your favorite influencer is, which fuck, I hate that, anti-influencer. But just go do the filter and look at their videos from oldest to newest and see where they started. And you'll go, damn, that's how they started. Joe Rogan's first podcast looked and sounded and was that, and he just sold for $100 million. Point is, Gillen Gang, is that whatever it is that you're wanting to take action on, like all you got to do is just get started. I'm still scared. I'm still scared every day, even when I'm doing this. But I know that if I do this and show up and take action, that it will come. Let go and let God, like Kyle just said. Like it's going to happen. I don't have to know how. I don't have to know how. I just have to wake up every morning with that childlike excitement that goes, ooh, what is today going to bring? I go and I do the actions that make that. I do the actions that successful people. Look, if you want to be successful, just do whatever successful people do to achieve that. Like if you want to have a #1 hit show, what do you have to do? Well, I have to do this, this, and this. I'm just going to do whatever it is that people who have a #1 hit show do, which is this is what they do. Whatever it is that you want to do, that's what you should apply this to. That's why we make this show every day. I understand you can't listen to us every day, all day, and some days you might miss us. I don't know why you wouldn't. Obviously, I love you way better if you consume all of my content and never miss 1 second, because no, just kidding. But really, that like the reason I do this every day is because if one person can hear our message or tune in for a little bit, I'm never not motivational. I can't even help myself, especially when I'm on my vitamins. You know what I'm saying? And so, Gillen Gang, that's why we talk about this.
Facts.
But aliens, what are
Ooh.
they?
Extraterrestrial beings.
I know, but what do you think they are? Like, real talk. Like, what do you think?
I mean, honestly, personally, I believe we are a manipulation of an alien race. I think our DNA got manipulated at some point to help us. I mean, to further along our evolution process, so to speak. That's just what I personally align with right now, and my opinion changes as new information comes in. But right now, that's what I align with. So,
bro, 100%. Listen, 100%. This is my thing on aliens. Okay, I believe that we were spliced together for sure, 100%. Like the thing is that the evolution gap is so drastic. It was like we were living in caves, and then we were like building some area. It was like, here's civilization and tools, communication. There's no recorded. There's nothing.
Which some of that could be they clearly censor stuff, and you can't find all the information and all that. And I get that. But just aligning with certain things and seeing multiple different perspectives of it. It's just
now. Listen, some people might be triggered by this, but again, you guys, it takes all these ideas to go around. One love, one people. We're all the same. We're all literally the same. We have to have different opinions because otherwise there's no point to life. That's why the creator, source, God, whoever you believe in, that's why we have life, is so God can experience him and herself as a variation of billions and billions of expressions. Okay, well, I know what it's like to experience life as Marshall and as Kyle and as Evelyn and as Sherry and as whoever. Okay, so we're never here to offend anybody. No, this is never about being right or wrong. This is simply about understanding that we all have ideas, but at the root of all of those ideas, we all want the same thing, which is to be loved and to belong somewhere. That's it. Like humans only want two things: to be loved, and to belong somewhere. And if you trace any desire or lack thereof that you have back, that's what it's going to boil down to. It's so simple. Which one? That's why I started a gang, because I'm like, I'm sick. Enough is enough. I'm sick of all these freaking entrepreneurs talking shit about what they're going to do and not do. I'm sick of all these these influencers that say they're going to do this shit and not do it. Like when I started like 3 years ago, I made that video, and literally, if you guys go back and watch it on the video, like I walked out. I was running a digital marketing business. Walked out of a consult. I was like, I'm fucking done with this. Took out my phone. I'm like, this is my journey to becoming a highly paid public speaker. And I said the reason I'm doing it is because I'm taking away all the excuses. I was like, I'm so sick and tired of fucking everybody saying what they're going to do. I said, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it live. So I can't edit it or lie about it. And I'm going to do it every day. And you know what? And that spiteful me, go figure. I'm like, and I'm not even doing it for me. I'm going to do it to fucking prove you wrong. I'm going to do it
whatever fuel you need, bro.
Right. And that's why I'm getting back to it right now. I'm like, all these events that have like not invited me back and stuff. I'm like, oh, you fucked up.
Adding oxygen to the flame.
Oh, dude, you trust me. You're going to want Marshall live at your event because the whole online world is about to know who he is. And the attention and the Gillen Gang that I bring to your event, like, trust me. And I don't forget. So now I'm never coming to me. If I've ever spoke at these events before, I'm never coming back to it again. Sorry. I've done like over 250 events. Never coming back to your event again.
Even if the price was right? We're talking not going back? Okay.
Hell no. Because you know the money I'm going to generate from standing my ground and my boundaries, from reinforcing my beliefs with my audience? They're going to go, you know what? I don't know about that motherfucker. He's crazy. I don't know if I could do it, but goddamn, I respect him. And they're going to tell more people about us. See what I'm saying?
Right.
It's simple.
Being yourself and investing in yourself is ultimately the highest dividend.
Why aren't more people using live video to change their life? I don't understand.
Hey, I can personally speak on that real quick. Mine, as you know, we talked about the other day, I ended up tracing back to a moment when I was 5 where I had stage fright, dropped the mic, turned around and ran away. So,
oh yeah.
And then 3 days later, I've been on 2 lives so far. So it's like, hey, I healed that. This unraveled, and it's like I'm getting more comfortable. I mean, for those of you who don't know, watching Gillen Gang, I'm scared shitless going on these lives. This is new to me. I'm just showing up. Like,
give Kyle a round of applause. You guys are watching. Give us a like.
Thank you so much.
Let him know he's doing a good job.
Thank you. Yeah, hey, I actually had a couple people reach out to me and let me know, or they commented and said that I was doing great. So thank you guys so much. I did see that,
Dude,
and I appreciate all the love. Truly,
you're doing great. I didn't know it was going to go this well when I asked you to be on the other day.
I didn't either.
And not like in a dick way, just like, bro,
Right? No, I didn't know. I was like, if I freeze up, like I hope he knows to just like cut me off and let me go.
Well, like, let's
But
be real, dude. Like, especially with a personality like me, like it's very hard to. It's a unique situation, and definitely having to find an ebb and a flow to like how you get into the conversation because I am how I am, and I can't help that. And so it's for me, I have a lot of limitations because I understand that, but it's hard for me to change it. And so I have limitations about inviting anybody on because I don't want to offend them. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I
But
can
there's
see
some
that.
kind of a balance right now where it's like right now it's working, and we'll see what we'll see what
Right.
happens. You know, with your time and what I'm going to be doing this. This is my shit. But
Right, you ain't going anywhere. So
let's see. Evelyn says I did a 30-day live challenge 2 years back. Time to step up, changing my direction and focus on my fitness and real estate. Feels like I'm holding so much space for myself. Yeah, 100%. But Evelyn, that's why you're in the Gillen gang.
it's funny she mentioned a 30-day challenge because they mentioned that on the podcast yesterday to start it up, to start the momentum to change it up.
100%. I mean, it's a really good way to do it. I've run so many 14 and 30-day challenges for people. It's like it's a great way to get started. But again, that's why we have these conversations. That's why we're getting into this stuff, is because I want you guys to be able to know what it takes. I mean, listen, Kyle and I could talk about being fearful all day long, but ultimately what it comes down to is being courageous, taking action in the moment. Listen, I got news for you. You're going to fail. You're going to get it
Multiple
wrong.
times.
Yeah, guess what? It's going to hurt, and you're going to doubt yourself. So if you are saving yourself from the suspense of wondering if that's going to happen, I'm just going to tell you right now, it is going to happen. The only reason that people like me get to have success, or the only reason that people like Kevin Hart and Joe Rogan's have success, is because they've failed exponentially more times than you've even tried. And that's the differentiator, Gillen Gang, is that people who have success, they fail more than you've even tried. Now, again, your external reality is a direct reflection of how you feel and think internally. So if what I'm ever saying triggers you, I got news for you, bub. Has less to do with me and everything to do with you. I'm sorry. And that thing of it is that it triggers you because you're tired and overwhelmed. You're tired of letting yourself down. You're tired of telling yourself you're going to do something and not doing it. I get it. And I'm not blaming you. It's because biologically, it's easier to retreat into the familiarity than it is to the uncertain. And we could get into why that is biologically because of fight or flight, but we're not going to. The reality of it is that science proves that it's easier to take inaction, to have inaction than action. It just is. So don't blame yourself.
No.
Don't be so fucking hard on yourself. Stop. It's not getting you anywhere.
And even when you come out of that season, you go back. I mean, it's like we just mentioned, ride the wave. There's waves and there's tops and bottoms, and it's going to be back and forth. And it's just the consistency and the training and the awareness to know, like, oh, I'm going down that path again, or I'm thinking those thoughts again, shift it. So ride the wave.
And it's just getting clear on what you actually want. Most people don't know what the fuck they want. They love to know what they don't want. They'll tell you right about what I don't want. But then Gillen Gang, again, look, I have these freaking Post-it notes all over the oh, can't see them, all over the mirror up there. Oh, well, you can't see them, but I have them all over. It tells me exactly what it is I'm going to do. I have ones right here on my door. I tell them, today I shall not judge anything that occurs. Today I will give everything that I have. Today, is only what my mind controls. Today I can share and spare enough for everybody. Like these are
constantly.
Today I have the #1 show. I make $100 million. I'm going to be the #1 show in the world. How? By making everyone feel like someone. Like, you guys, just get clear on what the fuck you want to be and what you want to achieve. Because I've got news for you. You're not going to be able to hold that feeling always, every moment, forever. And so give yourself some help. Use some Post-it notes. Use an accountability circle. Shit, if I were you, you would be absolutely silly not to text Gillen Gang to 833-222-2694, because that in and of itself is a community. Okay? Inside the Gillen Gang, I'm going to be in there. I don't know what we're going to do yet, bro. To be honest with you, I don't know yet. I know it's going to be fucking epic, though, because I've tried Facebook communities and groups before, and I've tried, and I didn't like them. But you know why? It's because the people in there were people that were based on fear, that were trying to figure out how to make money so they can have freedom. And listen, freedom doesn't come from making money. That's the problem. That's why people like you and I can't connect with very many people, bro, is because we're not about that. We understand that true freedom comes from a place inside your heart and inside your mind. And when you have freedom in your heart and mind, then money starts to come in and it gives you more options. But money doesn't give you freedom. Trust me. I made a lot of money a couple of years ago, and then it into 2019, and it didn't make me happy at all. As a matter of fact, it made a prison for me. I was in a prison, and I had to go to do these things I didn't want to do every day because I was taught, oh, bro, if you follow the program and you do the thing, get the money, you get the happiness, you get the freedom. That's bullshit. Money doesn't bring freedom. I believe that money buys happiness, but money doesn't buy freedom. Okay,
right.
In order to have freedom, you got to find it inside your heart. And I want to talk about that.
I hear it multiple times. Actually, one of my favorite artists, his name's Cal Scrooby. He's from around here, actually, lives in Cali now. But he even says something about in one of his songs, if you get depressed in a Honda, you're still going to be depressed in
100%.
whatever car, supercar you want. It's like, and you hear people say like, oh, I'd rather cry in my Jeep or my Ferrari, but it's like, no, once you've been there, if you truly know what those feelings feel like, you understand it's literally the same emotions, like how you were saying while you were doing the being an officer for a day, and you were like, man, I truly felt the adrenaline. It's because you and I know, like, your body can't, or your feelings and what you actually feel, your body cannot tell the difference between reality and imagination. So you can put yourself in those situations and literally feel those. And so it's like the crying and the cars are the same. It doesn't matter where you're at in the world. You got to fix it in here.
Exactly. That's what you're absolutely right. And it's like Earl Nightingale, who's a famous kind of like motivational speaker and philosopher from way back in the day. He has a great lecture that he did way back in the day. You guys can find it on YouTube. If you guys Google, oh shit, I don't know. If you YouTube Earl Nightingale, Strange Secret, I think is the video. But bro, that's what the whole thing is. He goes, the one strange secret, and everybody knows it. Everybody's heard it, but so few people ever do it. And it's thoughts become things. And that's it. That's fucking
as simple as it can be.
It's so like literally, why do I show up and do this fucking show for 2 hours a day when nobody's probably going to be watching for who knows how long? Is because I think every day I'm the number one show in the fucking world. And you come on here with me every day and I'm like, it gets me excited. And I go, and I plan for it. What do I tell you when you're building out stuff? I say, plan for it. Like 1 million people are going to go through it.
Right. Set it up. The foundation. The foundation has to be set up.
Because thoughts become things. And as long as you can learn to get rid of the resistance, which is just like stress things, resistance in your life, and you can stay focused on the goal and you can learn to feel into it, it's just quantum physics. And the most successful and wealthy people of all time tell us in books, in audios, for decades, they go, hey, yo, guys, think and become rich. Thoughts become things. And we all go, okay, whatever, I'll get to that. What do I got to do to get the email marketing? How's this work? And what's the book? And how do I, blah, blah, blah. It's like, bro, first off, shut the fuck up. Calm down. Take a breath. Okay. And that's why, like, literally, that's why I had to get out of the entrepreneur space. Because nobody, I tell the people for 4 years, almost 4 years, I'm making live videos, and the same people that follow me every day aren't doing, they're still not taking action, and I don't know why. And I've been trying to sell them, but they don't want to buy. And I'm like, and then it gets me frustrated. And so I was like, you know what? This isn't meant for me. I'm not supposed to do this. That's why I started the show. That's why I let go of all that. That's why I sell different services and products now. Like, I just started adapting to what it is I wanted to do because I was like, I just chose to believe that it could be possible. That's it. A lot of you guys know I was a bartender for 10 years. I was in the service industry for 13, but people would come in all the time and tell me, oh, Marshall, you're such a good bartender. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm more like a game show host. I literally understood that they could buy a Bud Light anywhere, but they could only have one experience, one place. And so, listen, you don't have to want to make a show or do whatever I want. You guys don't have to want to do that. All I'm saying is that if you guys want to have success in whatever it is you want to do, you got to get clear on it. You got to do some of the things that Kyle and I are talking about, but you got to show up every day and be that person and live into it. Look, that's already said and done. I know this show is number one.
I'm guilty on the not taking action. I've been working with you for.
That's not true.
I have been taking action. But no, I lived in, like, not taking enough action, like not realizing that was like taking these steps up. And now Kevin Hart's got me fired up again to take even more. It's like, okay, well, I know from my personal experience, it was because I had a lot of healing to do at that time. So I was busy taking that action behind the scenes kind of stuff.
Yes.
But I still it was putting the pressure on myself to like, hey, like, yeah, you're doing a lot of work, like internally and all that, but why don't you like take some action externally? I would keep telling myself that.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I'd start to do something and the fear would kick in, or like, I'd run away, but it's just like a newfound attitude. It's just, you just keep showing up, keep doing the work, and stuff just starts unraveling. I guess is the theme. Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
And I resonate with thoughts become things. So I'm very mindful of that at all times. And that is a practice in itself.
I know it sounds cliche, you guys, but I'm telling you, it really is that simple. And that's why I want you guys to join the Gillen Gang. That's why I want you guys to text Gillen Gang to 833-222-2694. Because I want to surround you guys with the power of association. I want to look. We don't know everything. We just want to share something. There's nothing for sale in there. I just want to hang out with you guys. Like, listen, the Marshal Gillen Show, in and of itself, is my product. Okay, so that way there's nothing for me to sell you guys anymore, which I
Full
love.
disclosure.
Full disclosure. But again, we're 27 minutes after the second hour here. We're going to go to a short 3-minute break. But for those of you who may be watching the show daily with us or coming back and watching on replay, maybe you're listening to on replay. You guys, the reason that I'm putting these breaks in, which aren't even breaks, just videos of me, right? The reason I'm doing it is because I'm producing this like a show. I'm planning for the fact that somebody soon is going to pick this show up and they're going to have to put commercial breaks in it. And I don't want you guys to be like, oh, this is fucking lame when it happens. I want, when we're streaming on YouTube and fucking Westwood One picks me up, which we're going to have to clean up the language when we get picked up on radio and syndicated shows. But when they pick me up and they have to do a radio break, we need you guys to be ready for it. I have fucking like 100 people that might watch this at all. If anybody even watches this up this far into it ever right now, right? But I'm planning for the future. Like, I'm going to be successful. That's what people do.
I'm with you. We're on the same vibe.
I love it. Gillen Gang, we're going to take a short break. We're going to be gone for about 3 minutes. Take your vitamins, grab some more coffee if you want, grab some water, take a pee break, do what you got to do. I'm going to go take some vitamins and have some sips of water, maybe say what's up to my mom, and I'm going to drop back in here 3 minutes. But until then, if you guys are going to hang out with me and you guys don't have to do any of those things, or if you're mobile, grab your phone and take it with. I want this 3-minute video to create some space for you on, some ways that you can invest your money. It's not what you think. Go ahead. Well, have a check it out. Kyle, I'll see you on the flippity flip, bro. 3 minutes.
Bro. Yep. Peace. See you soon.
Are you ready to see my ride? Oh. Yo, what is going on? Marshal Gillen here, and today I'm going to show you my whip. You guys, I'm going to show you my ride. I want you guys to check out what your boy is driving because this shit is hot. Now, look, before I show you my ride, a lot of you have asked me, Marshall, what do you have to do to change your life? And Marshall, how did you change your life? And what can I do to change my life too, Marshall? And my answer is always, always this. The very, very best investment that you can make if you're just starting out is an investment in yourself, okay? So I know a lot of people will go out there and they'll get their first little bit of money. They'll make a couple $1,000s and they're like, yeah, I'm rich. And they go out and they buy this new whip. If you guys want to know why I have been so successful so quick, it's not only because I've had the money to invest, but it's because I had the discipline to save the money in other areas. Check it out. This is my whip. This is my ride, you guys. Guess what? It's paid off, right? I owe zero money on it. I barely ever drive it. And yeah, look, it's an old jalopy, man. It's like a 2007. It's got a cracked window. The shocks and stuff are going out of it. But look at all this success, all this travel, all this notoriety, all the money I've made, making my clients over $1 million last year, and I'm still driving that. And you know why? Because I have the discipline to save the money in things that don't fucking matter. So many of you guys are rushing out to buy a new watch, Apple Watch. You get the new phone. You go out and get your clothes. You're taking these trips. And I'm like, what in the fuck you're doing? How much money did you just close? Oh, man, I just made $10,000. Is that the first $10,000 you made? Yeah, man, but it's the shit, right? I'm like, bro, if you just made your first $10,000, you're not rich. You're still broke. Like that $10,000 isn't even really yours. Then what is $10,000 even going to fucking get you? Nothing. And so what you guys need to be doing with your money, I don't care if it's $1,200, $10,000, hell, even $20,000, great. Then go out and invest in a mastermind, because I guarantee you that if you don't learn how to consistently and repeatedly use the skills of mastery to create more freedom, to create more wealth, then you're never going to keep that money because it's not technically yours. So I hope that just by opening up and going, look, I drive a 2007 Jeep Patriot, but that shit is paid off, man. The insurance is less than $80 a month. And I'm able to take that money. What is that? An extra, what do people even pay for car insurance and a car payment? What do they even pay these days? Like $400 or $500? I mean, if you're driving a nice ass car, $1,000 at least, $1,200, $1,500. Imagine what you could do with that $1,500 if you invest that into yourself to build relationships. I'm telling you guys, the quality of life is based on the quality of your relationships, all right? If you guys haven't joined Gillen University, head over there right now, gillenuniversity.com. I'm having a limited time scholarship right now. And if you guys want to know more about how I'm doing this, go enroll. Otherwise, smash subscribe, like this, share it with a friend, and tell me, what do you guys think? Is college a scam or not? Oh, shit. What do you think? Is college a scam or not? Who knows? I'll tell you what. Some people may not realize, but I'm a 5-time college dropout. I gave it the old college try a couple times. You too, eh?
Three-time dropout, yes.
Look, it fucks you up as a kid because you start to think that there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, it's actually 100% what happened. Yeah,
yeah.
and I would go back knowing that it wasn't for me.
But you thought like, I have my life is going nowhere. So obviously I should go to college because that's what you do. Like we didn't even think about it. It's just like, oh, you want success in your life, you should go to college.
My programming was that, and I had a stepdad that we touched on it a little bit when I was trying to do music, and they were trying to tell me like, you need to focus on like real life type stuff and not like that kind of thing. So it's just like you naturally go towards school. Dude,
100%. Hey, real quick, Gillen Gang. I should probably watch more of these videos till the end of them, but I don't. And so just so you guys know, most of these commercials are just old videos that I think are valuable, that have brought valuable in the past. And I'm noticing that like almost 100% of them have a call to action, which is great. Great job, Marshall. But
copy success.
None of that stuff is available anymore. So just know that those are old videos, old calls to action. For those of you who go, what the fuck is call to action? In the speaking world, when you're telling your audience to take an action to do something, it's like, let me tell you the story, and at the end of my story, let me give them a call to action, call to take action on something. Hey, Gillen Gang, text this number. Hey, Gillen Gang, subscribe here. Hey, Gillen Gang, click below to book a call. Hey, like that's a call to action. And so those calls to actions, you guys, they're good. I've made a lot of money off them, but they're no longer available. Literally, the only way, almost the only way that you're ever going to be able to talk to me is by this number that you see right here, 833-222-2694, or inside our gang hangout, our lair.
Gang.
Our headquarters. Gang hang.
Oh, gang hang. I like that.
Maybe we're going to have to start a fucking weekly gang hang. That sounds, man, it's listen, it sounds funny though. It's a little like, I know we live in a time when everybody's offended by everything, and I really want to get away from that. Yeah. But gang hang, I don't know. It just almost sounds like
you don't have to say anything more because that resistance automatically makes us know that we'll try the next name.
It sounds like gang.
But, yeah, I know what you're about to say. Yeah. We'll keep it clean for now because we don't know who's
each other. Like the movie Old School, when he's like, but then you catch an early flight home from San Diego to see your surprise your girlfriend. A couple of naked people jump out of your goddamn closet or jump out of your closet with a goddamn magic show ready to double team your girlfriend. I don't know where I was going with that.
Hell no.
What my friend's trying to say is love is blind. Whatever you got in front of you. Salute.
Oh, that's funny.
Old School. Maybe we'll do more segments. I like quoting movies. I'm good at
it. So do I. I just might have to get a couple of the movies that used to be, because we're close in age, but we're right on a disconnect on. Say it again.
28 or 27?
28. I just turned 28 earlier this month.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, but it's
35.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm almost 6 years older than you.
It's my brother's a year younger than you, but he liked Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and like some of the stuff you talk about was his jam.
What was your jam? Power Rangers.
I did watch a little bit of Power Rangers, but honestly, what I remember is just like, I honestly don't remember very many cartoons. Like Tom and Jerry. I watched The Simpsons.
Well, what were you into? Did you like when you were a little kid? What'd you watch? I mean,
I was outside mostly. Playing in the yard.
Yeah, what'd you play?
Soccer ball, playing basketball. trying to follow my brother around. Actually, I got a scar on my leg because I always cried and made my mom have my brother take me with him. So we were in the woods. I freaking fell in a ditch, got scratched up with a broken bottle type stuff. Yeah, I was exploring, just living.
I used to play. I grew up on a farm, so I used to. I mean, I didn't know what to call it. I just called it Army. I used to play Army, all by myself. I didn't. I was out in the middle of fucking nowhere, right? And yeah, I used to play Army. So I would like watch videos. I'd like watch like the Predator or Top Gun or something, and then I'd go up to my toy room and I would like break apart my like I watched Top Gun. And so I went up to my toy room, like, okay, how can I? And like, I found this helicopter I had, and I like ripped the shield of the helicopter off and like wrapped it in electrical tape, and then I used that as a mask and like electrical tape, like shit like that, you know. Took the face mask off my football helmet so I could put it, like, did all the things, you know. And that was just me. And so I used to play like all the time. So it's interesting, you know, when I think about that, because it's been clear to me. It started a couple of years ago when I took my first ever mushroom trip. Well, it was a 4-ACO DMT, which is a synthetic version of psilocybin.
Mm-hmm.
Psilocybin is the psychoactive ingredient in magic mushroom. So I took 4-ACO DMT, but that's what it revealed to me, bro, is that I'm not playful enough. And then I started thinking about my favorite book, which people ask me, it's The Little Prince. It's a book called The Little Prince. It's the greatest book of all time. Everybody should read it. And that's what the book is essentially about, is that adults don't use their imagination. Like, they completely, like, they don't at all. And so because it's beat out of us. We're conformed not to. We're put in these little factories at school so we can learn how to come to a bell, sit down, shut up, focus on our work. Oh, if you want to solve that problem, don't ask your neighbor because that's cheating. You know how fucking Jeff Bezos builds $1 trillion business by asking all his fucking neighbors what worked and what didn't. That's what people do. Like, dude, it's fucking crazy. And so, you know, people go, oh, the education system's broken. No, it's not. No, it's not. The education system is working exactly how
100% how it's supposed to.
How it's supposed to be working exactly. The problem is the people you're allowing yourselves to be plugged in. That's one of the great things about this quarantine, is that I'm hoping that this will break the education system, that parents are going to see how easy it is to be able to find the right mentors, the right resources, the right education, the right courses, coaches, things like this, to be able to plug their kids into. To go, you know what? We like being able to have freedom as a family, like we did when it was in the little house in the fucking prairie, and we used to kid to come in while we could work at home together and then have dinner together, homeschool together.
Like together. Build communities.
Right?
It's funny you mentioned the school system thing. It was either Switzerland, I think it was Sweden. I don't want to misspeak, but one of the countries had over there in that region had just gotten rid of all core curriculum in their education system. What? So they're gonna, that's what the article said. I don't know how true this is. Do your own research.
You over freedom. You over freedom. No,
they were just, and it was interesting to me. I was like, oh, because I'm thinking along the same lines of you. I was actually just talking to my son's stepdad a couple weeks ago when I was dropping my son off, and I was talking like, hey, man, I'm starting to do some research and look.
Wait, hold on a second. Is the Marshal Gillen show? Are we friends of said stepdad, or are we enemies of stepdad? Marshal Gillen show's got to know. We got to take a stance.
We're taking the high road. We're friends as a stepdad.
Friend of the show.
Yeah, friends of the show.
Okay.
Friends of the show.
Said, there we go. Stepfather, friend of the show. Excellent to know. Okay, keep going.
Yeah. So I was talking with his stepfather, and I was saying I want to start researching and maybe guiding more towards homeschool when he's a little older. I think the structure part at the beginning is beneficial to get for the routine, but I just feel like at some point it would be more beneficial to. I want to take my son. I want to take him to the Great Pyramid and let him learn firsthand. You know, and I know obviously not everybody at this point can just up and go. I can't even actually at this moment just up and go, but I just want to teach him firsthand experiences with his family too. I'm not saying just me, but we kind of co-parent very well. Well, not kind of, we co-parent very well already.
Hey, one second. I'm just getting some breaking news.
Oh, what happened?
Hold on 1 second. Okay. This is just coming in, you guys. We have a real big fan of the show named Evelyn Gonzalez. Apparently her birthday is this Friday. Yeah, it's now confirmed. Evelyn will be 35 years young on Friday. You guys, this is remarkable. I can't believe we're getting an opportunity to break this on the Marshall Gillen Show. I'm telling you, it's not every day, Kyle, that an event like this happens, that it breaks. And not only that, but that you have the insight to be part of something like that. And so we're just real excited about this. Hey, as a matter of fact, okay, so wait, pause. Like that was like my newscaster voice. Like
I was thrown off. I'm sitting here saying like, oh shit, I got to be ready for him to throw this back. But this is
damn,
good. Damn it.
That was good, huh? That was good. Watch, I can be professional too. So on Friday, the 35th. Nope, I can't be professional. Turns out I lost it. Damn, I'm never at a loss of words. Okay, this is the point being. We're gonna reach out. We're gonna get somebody on our team, which we don't really have a team. I'm just practicing this, you guys. Okay. Like a second ago, I was gonna be like, hey, yo, make sure you clip that for that thing where it looks like I was yelling. Because if it looks like I was yelling at Kyle, like I can frame that clip of me turning my hat around and being like, what's that? I can't hear you over top of my freedom. Right? If I clip that and we run it, people be like, what the fuck is going on? And I want to be like, yo, clip that. But there's nobody to clip that. That's me. And I want to be like, yo, team, make sure we get Evelyn on the show on Friday. But there's nobody to do that.
Ooh, but
but that's what I'm letting you know. If you're, listen, I don't know what you got going on. I don't know if you got to go do some stuff to anybody or what your mornings look like. But if you want to join us, obviously we'd love to have you co-host on Friday. How do you feel about that?
I am seconding that.
Cool. And
yeah,
how do you feel about bringing Evelyn on, maybe on the show for a little birthday interview?
I think we wouldn't have it any other way on Evelyn's birthday. Big friend of the show. Big contribution to the Gillen Gang.
Wait a second. Did we potentially just start something new where we're going to invite every fucking fan that has their birthday on the show do live with us?
That's literally what just happened.
Wow. Okay, now we're really breaking news, you guys. This show, listen, I don't know about your favorite influencer, but over here on the anti-influencer movement, guess who gets to come live on your birthday?
Let's go.
You.
Truly one of a kind show.
Yeah.
Facts.
Bro, I feel bad for the people that aren't watching this in the beginning. Here's the cool thing, though. Here's the cool thing is that once there's millions of people watching, just to dick with people, I'm going to be like, you guys have got to go back from the very beginning and listen to how this whole thing started. And I'm going to make them watch all the shows. So if you're coming back, it doesn't matter if you're watching this years later, look, just keep watching the fucking episodes. They're only going to get better. Like you already know. Right now, you're probably like, dude, Marshall started like this, 35 years old in his mom's spare bedroom after his fall from Success and Grace. That loser? Yeah.
That's loser.
Now it's time to fuck shit up, bro. I am too. I'm with a vengeance, man.
It's hard. Not hard. Well, no, it is hard. When you're.
Whoa, hold on a second.
Say it again. Go.
We might have a little hiccup. Evelyn says a little moment. So we're going to have to get clarification on what a little moment is. We don't want to take too much. Her birthday. She owes us nothing.
Correct. I'm hoping for at least 10 minutes, maybe.
How dare us, bro? How dare us to assume that it's your special day and that you'll want to give us 10 minutes of your time on the day where it's all you.
True.
Wow. Are we potentially a bunch of buttholes? Is that what's going on? Man.
Potentially, but I don't think so.
Damn. This is... Oh, she's taking calls between her calls.
Oh, see, one thing I know about Evelyn is she's on her game. She's very organized. She'll give us 15. Let's go, Evelyn.
This is what we need to do then. What we need to do is we need to bring Evelyn on for 15 minutes or however long she can give us. And we need to make sure that the segment is aimed in a way that like I'm either interviewing her or we're setting her up to knock her fucking business out of the park. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, Evelyn, here's a lob. And she could be like, oh, and then what we'll do is we'll cut and edit that footage for her. And then that way she can use that video clip for her marketing and branding. So the 15 minutes that she gives to us is literally going to be an investment in her time because I have the tools, technology, and the know-how to then repurpose that to give back to her to be able to make sure, you know what? Okay, I'm going to give 15 minutes of my time to the Marshall Gillen Show on my birthday, but I know that I'm going to get something out of it. It's going to continue to earn for me. And
Wow.
What kind of show?
What are we talking about?
It's like that, bro. Listen, I didn't ask to be Marshal Gillen. I was just born this way, and God dang it, I'm real happy for that. Man, we're almost to the end of the show. It's been 2 hours. We were going to talk some more about the Joe Rogan podcast.
Oh yeah.
It's interesting.
I have that written down too.
This is cool thing about Evelyn. I was going to go into aliens, but I was forcing it for some reason. You know, like
what? It wasn't the right time, huh?
It wasn't the right time. You know, like when you're like camping or you're I don't know, somewhere that you're not comfortable and you have to take a dump, but like you're not really ready to dump, but you got to dump. You know what I'm saying? And so you go take a dump and it doesn't feel complete, and it's just always like, oh, it just doesn't.
Something feels off. It's not the same. It's just
same. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Same. Gang.
And gang. So like this felt off. Felt like it's trying to force it. I was like, you know what? The alien story, I think I can wait till I get home. Yeah, I can wait till I get home. So I'm just moving on.
Yeah. It'll come back. Back.
Here's a good one too. Side note, we'll finish this thing in a second. But we were at the party, the Memorial Day party yesterday, and this is what I was asking. We were talking about I don't remember how it came up, but we're talking about getting a hotel. We're like, oh yeah, we're gonna go this and this and get in a hotel. And I was like, you know, the fucking thing about the hotel is that like if you're in a relationship, it's like when you go to the hotel, like sex is always assumed. Even if the other person wants to have sex or not, why is that? Why do we do that to ourselves? Like you know what I mean? It's like, oh, if I travel and we're out of the normal, then we have to have sex, you know? And like, not that you do or you don't want to, but like sometimes you may not want to. So why is it a weird human thing that like, is that true? Do you find that to be true?
Yeah, it's funny you said that because I haven't had this conversation with anybody else before, but that I align with that. It's like, damn, you're right. Why do we automatically assume that? And is it now you have me thinking like, oh shit, are we programmed like that? It's like, which we kind of are. If you look at, I'm sure you've seen in your research some of the Disney stuff with like
so let's see. Now I wasn't thinking about this until you said that, but you're exactly right. Okay, so perfect. Let's use it. Let's say the family's going to Disneyland. Okay, and you got a room for the kids right next door, and a room for you and mom and dad. Now, what are you doing what are you going on when you go something like that? It's called a what? You're going on what?
A family vacation.
A family vacation. And what is a vacation? What's a vacation? A vacation is exclusive. It's luxurious, and it
only happens once a year, maybe.
Yeah, and it's sexy, man. Like a vacation getaway is sexy. And what are you supposed to do when you're spending your money? You're supposed to get some drinks. You're supposed to have a good time, and it's luxury and time to be sexy. And so it's interesting because it's like a lot. And this just literally I was thinking about this at the party last night. I don't know how it came up, but I was like, you know what's weird about hotels? I don't know why it popped in my mind. And then I jotted it down for the Marshal Gillen show because these are the conversations that we need to get to the bottom of. And we need to get to the bottom of it. And so I was like, that's so weird because you're right. It's almost like in the programming, which we all know that the marketing, branding of TV shows, movies, commercials, music is all very highly, highly sexualized. And so I wonder if that's part of it, is that it becomes so subconsciously programmed in us that we just assume that when we go on vacation, oh, we're at a hotel, right? Should we have sex in the shower? Well, I don't know. I don't really like having sex in the shower. Do you want to? Yeah, we probably like, well, I mean,
forcing experiences almost at that point.
That's what I'm saying. I get that's not, yes, thank you. Those are the words I'm looking for. Forcing experiences. Why do people do that, do you think?
Because you just touched on it, the subconscious. I mean, there was one video I saw where they slowed down this one part in Aladdin, and it was like whispers, good boys and girls, take off their clothes.
Yeah.
And it's like, you think about that, and it's like, yeah, videos can be manipulated. And I haven't gone back to that movie and put the VHS in and seen if that's true, but it's like,
it is true.
Okay, there we go. So it's like, that makes sense on why.
Different, but
right.
You hear it.
It that makes me believe it's like that's why you can't. I love how Kevin said that on the podcast too. We'll wrap it up, bringing that back into it, is how he said like you can't judge that. He was talking about mental health, but you can use it with anything. Like you can't, if you've never been there, it's like he says it's not my place to judge.
Yeah.
Like I haven't been there. It's like you got to just let them have their space. It's the same thing with anything. It's like so I just understand that. So it's like when we see this programming, I'm starting to be like, oh shit, that's exactly what it is. It goes all the way back to everybody, like everybody's, and maybe not everybody, but
pretty much everybody.
Yeah, I don't know what they get to watch in other countries, but at least in America, talking about here in America, It just seems like that's what it's been. That's the narrative, so to speak. And I'm still digging, and I'm still trying to, figure it out. And that's why we're having these conversations. And I don't know if you've heard, Marshall. Sorry, I don't know if you've heard.
Big deal over
Big
here.
deal. Big deal over here.
Number one show, soon to be allegedly the number one show in the world at helping you become a better fucking human being. Like straight up. Like,
wow.
Listen,
that's big.
That's big. That's what she's
big. That is what. Yeah. Okay. Can't help ourselves.
Real quick, that's my favorite thing to say. So I should probably put a T-shirt in the Marshall merch store later today that says "That's what she said." Because if you're going to buy it, "That's what she said" shirt, you should probably
just confirm that, right? And then this clip is going to be cut out and used as an ad.
That's
what
talk
about. Yeah, that's what she said. There it is.
I don't know. That's a funny ass clip too. Michael, are you an Office fan?
I am, but I have not sat there and gone through a bunch of offices. I'll be.
Well, it's gonna be just me from here on out, you guys. Kyle's no, I'm kidding.
Hey, real quick, I can explain.
I'm just kidding, bro.
I still got some stuff to deal with my ex, and that's one of her favorite shows. So I do have a negative, but this is my chance to make The Office something positive instead of something negative.
My mom won't watch it because she said my stepdad loves it.
Ah, interesting.
And she's done with him. She's like, I'm done with that buffoon.
Well, hey, this is mine and your mom's time to do this together. Let's make The Office a positive influence in our lives.
Stooges. They don't mean to be a stooge, but they just are.
Hey, I dealt with a similar stepdad, and I just pray for him.
Yeah, we'll pray.
And I know, we'll pray for him.
Forgive them, for they know not what they do, which is true. You don't know what you don't know.
Right.
The more you know. Hey, look, man, we're winding up on 2 hours here. Sometimes
effortlessly.
This is what I'm thinking we should do. I know it's so effortless, though. That's why I know that this is gonna be good. Look, this is the deal, Gillen Gang. I'm just coming to you guys live 2 hours a day because I think that the things I talk about, my perspective, because I've invested so much time, money, and energy into becoming better. I don't know why, because I'm obsessed with it. I just have always been obsessed with it. And then I started like, well, if I'm obsessed with this, and then God gave me this weird mouthpiece, like this ability to be a wordsmith. I'm like, I wonder, like, I don't understand what I'm supposed to do with it. So I've been doing I've been doing a bunch of stuff. Okay. But it's been in the business world. I wish I had been doing a bunch of other stuff, because I probably would have had more fun. Okay. But
probably.
And none of it was like, it worked. I mean, I was making money and things just like that, but like that, it wasn't working. I was constantly stressed and never happy. And I never felt, it felt like taking a dump at a Memorial Day party. I should have just waited till I got home.
At a rundown campsite.
No, like we have a bathroom that's right on top of the kitchen where everybody, like that kind. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You all know what I'm talking about. Those bathrooms, and you say, I would never even attempt that because I know better. Okay. Anyways, Gillen Gang. The reason that I don't know where I was going with that. Where was I going with that?
I couldn't tell you on that one, honestly. I got lost.
Man.
I was just listening, and I got out of host mode for a second and was just watching for a second.
I get going and I can't help it. Listen, I don't do this Gillen Gang on purpose. Oh, and so I was like, I just tried a bunch of shit. I did a bunch of stuff in business. And I realized that there's a lot of things in the business world that trigger me because of people's lack of action. And so I just decided, you know what? I'm just going to go hot mic, turn on the mic, and we're just going to let this shit go and see what happens. Listen, these are some things we didn't get to today. Okay. This is some things we didn't get to. We didn't get to Kevin Hart talking about how being in the best shape of his life was the only thing that saved his life. We didn't talk about that. Okay.
Right.
We didn't talk about that, how his life has changed and what he's realized since his near-death experience. We didn't get a chance to talk about that.
That was big.
That was big. That's what she said. That we're gonna.
Okay, and I'm not even doing this on purpose, Gillen Gang.
I know, and I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm so immature that I think it 100% of the time, and I probably only say it. I'm gonna go back to trying to only say it like 15% of the time, but it's just I've been programmed. NBC.
Can we get a clip of how many times Marshall said that, please?
That's gonna be funny. Somebody one of these days is gonna because when I'm like big and famous,
we're gonna have a counter. We're gonna have a
somebody's gonna do
montage of clips.
Yep. Somebody's gonna
bing,
do
bing, bing, bing.
The number of times Marshall Live has said that's what she said during Marshall Live and whatever. That's gonna be funny. which is cool. Like I said, that's going to be funny, or that is funny, because you and I know that somewhere in a parallel or alternate universe, that's literally happening right now.
They might be listening.
There's also another alternate episode where somebody runs in here and murders me live on air right now. You know, there's a lot of things going on.
There's a lot of possibilities, a lot of realities.
Focus and tune into the ones that you guys want, okay? Because otherwise you might get murder hornets, you might get masks, you might get vaccines, all kinds of crazy shit, okay? And we're going to get into a little bit more of that tomorrow, because the things we didn't talk about are the Joe Rogan episode with Kevin Hart, where he was talking about his near-death experience, how being in the best shape of his life saved his life. Switching to plant-based diet has changed his life, and what he's doing going forward, and some of the things that he's done to have success. So, Gillen Gang, we're going to tune off. We're going to get off. Denise, a friend of the show, Denise says, I think you need a woman's perspective on that. Listen.
Hey, I'm all
Denise,
for.
Don't talk about it. Do about it. Why don't you call into the show tomorrow? Breaking news. We're breaking this live here on the Marshal Gillen Show. The talented Denise is going to be potentially or allegedly, one of the two, maybe both,
like allegedly,
calling into the show tomorrow to join us for 10 to 15 minutes for a woman's perspective. Bro.
Is that another segment?
Did a new segment of the show just get born? Are we going to find a woman to come on to do the segment, A Woman's Perspective?
Yeah, that's, is it going to be, is tomorrow Denise's tryout?
Yeah, will you note that down? 2 segments.
Yeah, please.
Woman's Perspective. What was the other one? And the other thing?
We got the birthday one that we're going to be doing.
That looks like I'm really talking to my team, doesn't it? But you see, like how I did it. Like I just did it, right? We looked the part.
We look it, feel it, act it. This is it.
This is exciting.
You can't see it. My heart's. This is it, bro.
Hey, real quick before we go, I do want to just go do one thing. For those people who may not have, I just made my website yet last night. I used to have this big complicated one, had a bunch of shit all over it, dude. But then I just changed it, and so I want to show you guys because I'm curious what you guys think. It's very simple, but like when you come to Marshal Gillen, it's the Marshal Gillen show experience, and it's just like, Kyle, I want your feedback. It's like you can go to YouTube directly. You can listen to it on Spotify if that's your jam. Soon when I get cleared from Apple, you'll be able to listen to it at Apple. You can listen to it on Stitcher. You can go to the shop. I have a blog you can go read, which is freaking crazy, but that's
Bro,
it.
This website,
Free,
yeah,
right?
my feedback compared to your other one, which the other one wasn't bad, but this one is badass.
It's just simple, right?
Yeah, keep it simple, sexy.
I appreciate that, man. And so I did. When I said I was busy doing stuff yesterday, that's stuff I was doing. Important stuff, man, because I'm like, again, I know that I'm going to make a lot of money. Like making money is so simple. Like that happens. That's okay. But I've made it so complicated for the Gillen Gang leading up until now. All these fucking funnels and click this URL and this and join. Like, dude, it's been like no fucking wonder people are overwhelmed, And so I'm telling you guys, the reason that instead of selling digital information like this now, like again, the last thing you'll ever be able to buy from me is this right here, and it will make you a fortune. That's guaranteed. And if it doesn't, I'll give your money back and you keep the course. But it will. Like you'll feel guilty that you only paid $500 for it. Promise you. But what I'm saying is that like I got so tired of playing in that space, dude. I was like in positioning and framing. I want to help this person, that person, but they didn't pay me. Like, dude, I'm such a fucking wanker, bro. There's this guy I really like, and we got to get him on the show actually. Named Matthew. He's in the UK. Like, and I feel like if he lived here next to me, I feel like I would literally hang out with him every day. Like every day. We would be like palling around. We'd probably be getting teased about bromances. Like, but I tripped out on him a couple months ago when he was messaging me about getting on a phone call for like a second or third time. I was like, bro, people fucking pay me for this, And now I'm looking back like, damn, like what a douchebag, man. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying because I literally just did, but I didn't do it, very rudely, but I just said, I'm stepping away from this. Nobody that I work with seems to take action, which it also made me reflect, that I have some more stuff to work on, which was great. But like I said, I 100% know that feeling, and it makes you want to. And then you get stuck because you want to go back and you start thinking about every person you might have said something to, and you start to have to go back through it all. It's like, wow. It's like, okay.
That's the thing, man. That's the thing. And so it's like, I didn't feel good about it. No, that's not right. We need coaches. We need consultants.
100%.
We have a lot of coaches and consultants that listen to the show. I love coaching and consult. I love coaches and consultants. Marshall Gillen, am personally not built for that. I was built to host.
Facts.
I was built to entertain. Okay. And so what I decided to do, I said, fuck that. I'm done selling that kind of stuff. And I think that people should sell more digital products. I think more people should move into the knowledge business, the expert knowledge business. Like, I think they should. 100%.
I am taking advantage of that. As you know, I have something working on with me and my dad. We're not ready to drop that yet, but it will be breaking news on the Marshall Gillen show.
I love it.
At some point. Yes.
Yeah,
go ahead. Sorry.
I mean, I still consult. Like, I still do consulting. Like, I'm hired for that.
Yeah, it's just whatever season you're in right now.
I just don't talk about that ever. I never will again. People that know, like, and the people that don't, like, whatever.
Right. You'll attract the right people.
Exactly, man.
I'll be following in the footsteps of that. Thank you.
Exactly. And so what I did, dude, is I'm like, okay, I'm done trying to do all this shit to get people to buy something. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to make it so fucking simple that a sixth grader can understand it. Like my original mentor taught me, make it so simple a sixth grader could understand it. But what they really should have said is make it so simple that Marshall Gillen can understand it, right? Because, like, I'm a simple man and need simple processes. I take a lot of vitamins, and sometimes the more complex it gets, I just don't care. Because I'm like, nope.
Same. That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Too much complexity for my existence. I don't care enough about that thing. Not because I take a lot of vitamins, but because I just never will care about that many steps, which is potentially what was happening to all of the Gillen gang. And so I made it simple. I was like, bro, listen, this is what we're going to do. Okay. I said, we're going to make one-stop shop. You can watch me. You can listen to me. You can shop. You can read the blog because I do love to write. Or you can text. Simple. And later today, when you guys come back here, you guys come to shop, like, boom. Okay. Right now, there's only two things that are available. Okay. And they both support the Gillen Gang and they both support Good Job at Life today. 100% of the profits are donated for every t-shirt that we sell. Okay. Now, this is the sticker I was talking about, a Billy for a Billy. I'm telling you guys, you got to come over here and grab one of these. Look, I'm not even profiting on these, you guys. $3. Okay. I show you that because I'm like, dude, we're on a mission. We're on a mission. I told you guys yesterday, the only way we're going to be able to forward that mission, save a billion lives, if we as a Gillen Gang collectively start to brand ourselves and stand up and say, you know what? We're ending the stigma of whatever you're ready to end the stigma of. That's what the show exists to do, to make you a better human being. Because I believe that the world become a better place when we start telling better stories to ourselves, about ourselves, for ourselves. Let's go, right?
Let's go.
That's why the show exists. So again, you guys, I want you to remember that if you want to join us, there's nothing for sale. We're just hanging out. We're a bunch of people that are hanging out doing a bunch of cool shit. For example, I'm throwing a Labor Day party in September called Marshall.
Can't wait for that.
It's going to be gangster.
I've been thinking about that since I was like, damn, okay, now I got a plan for what was that date again? 9/11?
March? No, it's going to be September 7th through the whatever that is, 7th through 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. September 7th through the 11th.
I got to mark that down.
But for you and I, like for a few of us, I might hang out longer. So I'm getting the house for a week, and I might hang out longer.
Oh,
maybe we'll get the show for an extra week, and what we can do is invite a guest out, like an influencer or something, like that's kind of on our side, an
anti-influencer, yeah.
We'll be like, yo, we have this mansion in Lake Havasu or Tahoe, whichever one we go to, and we would love to invite you out. I have a videographer team, so we'll be interviewing you throughout the whole process, and then we'll give you that edited content to drop on your channel. Oh, by the way, while you're out here, will you go live with us on our show this day? And so if we could do that for 5 days in a row, and then we could get influencers to be like, oh, so-and-so is going to be out there for that second. Oh, so-and-so is going to be there. Like literally all we have to do is just pay for the space, pay for the video team, give them the platform, go find some people that have something coming up. Maybe they're launching an event. Maybe they have a book that just launched. Maybe they have a podcast that just launched. Gillen Gang, there you go. Side note, if you guys want to connect with people who are quote unquote like higher or further ahead of you, it's all about timing. And so they're like anybody else. When they have something new coming out, they want to be on a platform to tell people. So it's always about timing. That's just that. And so anyways, maybe that's what we can do. That'd be cool, right?
Yeah, that'd be more than cool.
I got to find somebody that can help me execute
The
these.
coolest.
Yeah, right. I need to find an assistant that can help me do this. Anyways, so that's the deal. Last thing, Gillen Gang, before we end this episode, and Kyle. So my friend Dana, she's one of my very best friends. She's a massage therapist, probably the best in the country. Literally, nobody knows about her because she's in this fucking small little town I keep trying to get her out of. And we got to get her on the show someday. She's a lot. She's a lot. She's a lot. But we love Dana. Anyways, I was at Dana's house last night. It was her party, her Memorial Day get together. It was her parents and good time. Anyways, she's like, I told her about Marshall Palooza, lightweight, the other day when I was taking some vitamins with her, and I didn't think she's not an entrepreneur space at all. Like personal development, kind of like not like that. Just her awakening is just starting. And so she rolls her eyes by and large at most of the things I do, only because she's known me probably longer than anybody. And so it's funny to her. It's just my evolution is just funny to her. And so she can only take so much of me because she's literally exactly like me, except she has, girl stuff and I have boy stuff. And so that's the thing. And so anyways, she's like, I came to the party yesterday. And I'm telling you this long story longer, guys, because it's like I came to the party and about an hour and a half there, she goes, "Hey, Marshall, I messaged you. I DM'd you on Facebook," which I've known her my whole life. She's never DM'd me on Facebook. She doesn't even watch. She wouldn't even know I do something. She goes, "I DM'd you on Facebook," and I almost fell over. And I was like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, I messaged you 12 cool things to do, camping trip, blah blah, and this site. I think you should look at it for Marshall Palooza." And now I want to tell you guys this because I'm like, I think she's never listening to me when I talk about these things, okay? Because she gives me no sign ever that she is. And so I just was so like in the moment, I was so like happy because I'm like, look, Gillen Gang, when you really truly start to get aligned and change your energy, you don't have to say anything to people around you. They just start to feel your energy and they start to want to be different, like subconsciously. Right. And so now she does all this stuff and then she tells me all that and then she looks at me and she goes, "I want to come." We'll figure out working something out, And anyways, what she was sharing me do, there's this place in Tahoe that has like floating like islands, but they're camping like pontoon boats.
Oh,
like
hell yes.
Double layered with tents on them.
Oh, wow. Okay. My vote's Tahoe. I don't even know the other place. I haven't seen any pictures or anything, but that'd be my vote.
Well,
that would be badass.
What we do is just like do that for a day. Like I'll get like a lake house, and then for like a day we can do that. All right.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. Yes.
Yeah. Or it's like because like the Marshall Palooza is going to be the first day of it is Monday the 7th, which is Labor Day. So the idea is like we're gonna fucking party on Labor Day because like let's be honest. I was like, well, we'll do it at the end of the retreat, at the end of the Marshall Palooza. But let's be honest, like, dude, when you go to anywhere, Vegas, like, it doesn't fucking matter. When you go on vacation, what's the first day? You say okay, I'm not gonna drink the first night. I'm not gonna do all this. And then you get to the first night and you're with all your friends, and the first thing you guys do is you go to the bar and everybody starts fucking dancing. And you wake up and you're fucking hungover. Okay?
Half the people start drinking on the plane.
So listen, I said, why fight it? Okay. I said, I know we're going to be having a couple drinks. I know that I'm going to be drinking some White Claws. Okay.
Hey, I don't drink often, but I'm definitely drinking that weekend.
Listen, I'm having some drinks. Okay. And so I said, okay, Labor Day weekend at the party starts. I'll have the lake house will open at like 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. I'll probably be started earlier. I'm a kegs and eggs kind of guy. Okay. We're going to do breakfast beers. We're going to do breakfast shots. We're going to have kegs and eggs. Listen, it's not like a wild and party where a bunch of people are coming to like do like a bunch of crazy shit. This is responsible people. It's just that we're getting together as people who are changing the world. And let's be honest, sometimes we like to cut loose. We'd be lying if you said you didn't. Quite frankly, I'm sick of hanging out with people who say that they don't want to have fun anymore. So what we're going to do is you can get a one-day ticket to Marshall Palooza. And if that one-day ticket, you can come to the party. They'll be like, yo, here's your ticket. all the food and drink within this is included. Here's your wristband. Here's your Gillen Gang or whatever Marshall Palooza t-shirt, which will be tie-dyed because I love fucking tie-dye. And that's the deal. Now, some people are going to be like, dude, I need a place to stay. Well, maybe they can stay in the tents. You know, it's fairly cheap. Maybe they can get a hotel.
Maybe.
Now, this is the thing. I'm going to be having a lake house, bro. There's going to be a lot of beds in that lake house. Few, right? And I'm like, you know what? It would be silly for me to just hang out one day and then go home. So I said, I'm going to get the house for a whole week. And for that week, I said, I know the fucking next day I'm going to recover. Tell you that. I'm going to lay by the pool. I'm going to get I'm going to get a massage therapist over there. We're going to get maybe somebody over there to pump my veins full of some like vitamins and some, because I've never done that. That's what I want to do. And I was like, you know what? The next day I'll probably be feeling pretty good. Hopefully it's still nice out. Maybe I'll get some jet skis and I'll cruise around the lake. Maybe go in and try to find some local music or something, come back, build a fire, something like this. I said, you know what? The next day I said, who knows? Maybe there's some of those like ATV things around or those like dune buggy things. Maybe there's some fucking zip lines. I don't know. It depends. Maybe it's like a beautiful hiking. I don't know. Maybe I find some girls that want to hang out, eventually do some stuff with me. I don't know.
The possibilities are endless.
But I just knew I was going to be there for another week. And I was like, well, obviously my close friends will probably want to stay.
Facts.
Right? And I'm like, I only have like literally like 2 friends. I said, okay, cool. What am I going to do with all these extra beds? So I said, dude, what I should do is I should have Marshall Palooza, the Labor Day party, 1-day event. But for people who know that they want to like hang out and do all that other stuff too, like I was like, okay, well, let's make another exclusive package. Let's make an exclusive package for the Marshall Palooza goer that knows they need more recovery time and a better, longer, greater experience. Like, let's be real. Okay?
Let's be real.
Right? And so I said, okay, I'm going to do Marshall Palooza recovery. And what it's going to be is it's going to be an entire week there from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, fly out, whatever, or go wherever on Saturday morning, wake up Friday or Saturday morning and leave. I'm going to create an experience for myself. And, you know, fuck it. Anybody else that wants one of these spare beds while they're open, here's the package for it. Here's your way to hang out and be around people who are out there taking action on success, achieving success, having success, being successful, winning, right? Winning in all areas, winning in relationships, winning in health, winning in fun. Winning
you talk about collapsing time, being in an area like that. You're going to learn what you want to learn there. Okay. So this is the game plan for the week. We're going to reach out. We're going to talk about getting Denise on tomorrow, which is Wednesday. So I need you for the whole week if you're available. I got it penciled in already. Okay,
perfect. So tomorrow we got to get Denise on to launch our new segment, A Woman's Perspective. Okay. We're going to bring her on and we're going to get a woman's perspective on how we should structure that segment.
100%.
Okay. Also,
get her perspective on everything.
Thursday, what we're going to do is we got to get my mom on.
Okay.
We got to get the story behind how Marshall Palooza came to be.
Ooh, okay. I'm interested.
That's his fucking bananas. Nobody's going to believe this story. Nobody's going to believe what my mom said.
Did you just build another segment, Marshall's mom?
Maybe.
Or is that we'll see. Yeah, we can see.
That could be.
That's
I mean, shit. She's on a platform.
I mean, you're only 2 segments away from having a different segment every day, Monday through Friday. Yeah. So
and then Friday we have everyone coming on the show.
Right.
Listen, this is what we should talk about on Friday. On Friday, we should talk about, we're going to make this segment for Evelyn, like where I'm going to position it in a way that she can use that content.
Right.
And the rest of the show will break down how Gillen Gang can use video to be successful in 2020 and beyond. Like it's Friday. Let's teach them some stuff about finances. Let's teach them how to get rich.
Wow, Financial Fridays?
Well, I don't want to get too themey, but
you're right. Okay. Yeah.
Because I know me.
You're right. Yeah.
So
I know me. I know me also.
September 7th through the 11th. We're not sure if it's going to be Tahoe or Lake Havasu yet. Who knows? Maybe we'll go to Canada, I don't know. But I do know it's going to be Labor Day weekend. Oh, we should probably celebrate Labor Day weekend in fucking America, though.
Yeah, that is a good point. Yeah.
I don't know, though. Have you ever been to
on this side of the border?
I mean, fuck. Labor Day in Kabul could be nice. We're not doing that, Gillen Gang. We're not doing that. This is America. We're going to celebrate in America. So if you guys are into that, if you made it this far, which let's be honest, Kyle, at this point, maybe 1% of our audience is going to come back and see this portion of it live. But if nothing else, we're getting good practice. Because, dude,
exactly. That's literally how I was planning today.
Oh.
Like I was like, okay, bro, this is practice.
This is
Get
the deal.
on. Like you don't know what's gonna happen. We're showing up.
Oh, I do. This is what I'm aiming for.
True,
okay?
we do know.
This is our aim. The Marshal Gillen Show. We want to host the Oscars at some point.
Oh, okay.
Once the pedophilia is cleaned up.
Nice.
And we want it. I should be doing a New Year's Eve countdown. I should be on one
Hell
of the
yeah.
networks with that, bro.
That should
Like-
within 2 years that should happen.
Can you imagine how much fun they would have? Listen, okay, I will at the Marshal Gill. I'll be up on the platform doing my thing, but all I need is I want you down on the. Well, if you're still with me, right?
Oh,
Like
bro.
you be down interviewing the people because you're good at like connecting heart to heart. So I'll be like, yo, we're gonna go down to Kyle, and you're gonna be like doing your thing down in the like giving your energy and your healing. Like we should be segmented for that. We got to get on the news.
Wait, okay. Put that down.
No, I know. I'll figure this out.
Okay.
Hey, if there's anybody that's watching this,
Oh, I'm just writing down the goals.
yeah, if there's anybody
Pen to
watching,
paper.
dude, that's great. Oh, dude. Oh man, if you started doing that and then we took a picture of it and sent those over afterwards, that would be like our minutes, maybe some like of the ideas that we have. And we
Okay.
could build it together, dude.
Bro.
I have a good feeling
I'm
about it.
100% in.
And I just looked at it and it's 222. So that's good.
Oh.
222.
Wow. Yeah. As soon as I looked up, that's what. And you know, as I know.
Bro, you can't make this stuff up. Okay? The Gillen Gang, do you
Wow.
see the number there? 332222. It's oh my God, you know what I haven't done yet? It may be nothing, but let's add them up. How come I haven't added these numbers up yet?
Well, it depends on what did I learn in that video. It's like you'll never, if you add up 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, and 8, they'll never come back to equaling 3, 6, or 9. I believe.
Well, this takes 5. I don't know what 5 means.
Yeah, there's
So who
something.
knows?
There's something. I have been up until this point. I have not done my due diligence on the numerology, but I have just been using it as a sign up until now. But this is my reminder to dig deeper into that, and I'll let you know what 5 means tomorrow.
Let's go. Come on, bro.
Let's go, bro.
Oh my God. I know what 5 is. 5 means when that happens, it's like partnerships. It means a partnership. Whatever you're doing right then is supposed to be a partnership within. I could be wrong, but double check it. But I'm almost sure that's what 5.
Well,
out.
I'm putting it down. We'll double check that for tomorrow.
It doesn't surprise me at all. Denise,
that-
is in for a women's perspective.
Hell,
All right, guys, we're going to
yes.
wrap up this episode. Again, go check out the new website. Text Gillen Gang to 833-222-2694. And you guys want, make sure you guys step by the shop, grab some Gillen Gang merch. And I'm going to be uploading new products into the Marshall merch portion of the store. So,
Hell yeah.
would love to have you
I'm
come
excited
check
for
it
that
out.
fanny pack.
Come grab your shit. I have so many awesome things I'm going through. I'm about to buy all my stuff today. I'm getting some shirts.
I'm gonna be right behind. I'm gonna be right behind you.
This is the thing, Gillen Gang. Because I'm putting ads in behind all these episodes. Like they're all being like, "Yo, come look at this show." And so when people start seeing the shirts and the videos start to blow up, like you're gonna be like with my anti-influencer shirt. Like for fact, that says it's just simple hashtag anti-influencer. Because I'm like, fuck these guys. I'm about to start ruining people. Because I'm just sick of the bullshit. You know, I'm sick of the bullshit. I'm sick of people pretending to be holier than thou or pretending to be something. I just don't like being lied to. So
Right.
Like,
at least be honest about if they can at least own it. Own
right.
it. Just own
And so
it.
I'm like, they're gonna be seeing Marshall all over the internet with anti-influencer. They're gonna love that because I know that a lot of Gillen Gang feels the same way, but they're gonna be behind. They're gonna have to put in an order for their anti-influencer shirt. Not gonna come. They're gonna be waiting like everybody they're going to be in line with all the people that were last to know about the Marshall Gillen show.
You made a post. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. You made a post one time about there's 5 different sections on when people get into a market or something along those lines. It was like there's 5, and they're going to be on the tail end while we're up at this first level right now.
Jason says, "Let me know if you want help with any designs for your shop, bro." Listen, I know I design this amount of things. So listen. I'm all about collaboration too. So it's cool because there's a lot of clothing lines and brands. They'll do like signature lines, right?
Right.
So it's like cool, Jason, why don't you reach out and let's chat. Like, let's chat about what kind of designs you do. Maybe you can help me design something. It can be like the Jason Melton line or whatever you call your brand. I can let you put a t-shirt or two in there and sell it for my platform, right? And that could be cool. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying that.
I'm going to talk to you about putting my gratitude over everything on. Maybe
there you go.
We do a little collab.
There you go. And so it's like I love the idea of like kind of retro stuff. If somebody knows how to do like,
Ooh,
if,
yeah.
like so right now, one of the things I'm most excited about is I have a dad hat. I don't know if you guys know what dad hats are, but there's like, they're flat. There's no like bill. They're these flat dad hats and they're stone washed. Bro, I'm looking for stonewashed jeans and I want some stonewashed overalls, but I love stonewashed because I'm an old head. Okay. So for example, I got stonewashed fucking hats that are going to be in the store later today. But if I could find some kind of a retro, like I wish Marshall Live had a logo. You know, if you're watching the show and you know how to design me a logo, I'm straight up. I'm being honest. It's not that I don't respect you. So I'm not paying for a logo. Okay. So I've been waiting for a long time because I'm like, I don't want to. I want somebody whose life I've changed to design the logo for me. And I don't want it to be about money, not because I don't work, but because I'm going, listen, if you bet on me by making me the best logo and I choose it, just know that I'm going to be a multiple $1 million brand and forever and always. I'll be like, yeah, isn't my logo dope? I didn't make that. John Doe made that. Jane Doe made that. Like, you know what I mean? Like
right.
the Kobe Bryant logo. You know how many times that's been talked about? Kobe designed it.
And Kevin just mentioned the same thing on there. He shout out the production crew for doing the slow motion thing that it's just like, that's
what's up.
That's investing in yourself, honestly,
100%.
Investing in you and in themselves.
You know, if you're Pat McAfee and Mark Cuban comes onto your show and Mark Cuban goes, no, you didn't make me feel bad come on here. I came on here because you're a badass, bro. I love the show. Like, do you know the value of Pat to be able to clip that and to be able to help other people find his show? Like, dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, same thing. And so
that's why I'm thankful to be connected to you because you think like that. I see those are things that some of us don't think. Right, different perspectives.
Bro, and so I'm saying it's like, yeah, Jason or anybody, I'm always open to submissions of art or your ideas or creativity. Look, I'm gonna be honest. You better have some thick skin because everything I do, we're gonna do live. So if I don't like it, I'm just gonna be honest. I'll be like, that's dumb.
That ain't it.
Shout out for the tribe, but that will never see the light of day on this channel again. Okay, but just know that when I say that, it's not personal. It's more for like I'm laughing, like it's because this is fun. Okay, but if it's
no pressure,
it's not good. No pressure. If it's not good, then But I don't know what good is because I can't do it. So you can probably do
good is good to you, and what's good to you might not be good to me. So,
but the Marshall Gillen show is looking. We're looking. I don't know if you guys saw my cover art, but if you guys haven't, go over to Spotify and subscribe right now, you guys, so I can get that ranked during the launch. And check it out. But Marshall Live needs a logo, and I'm down for t-shirts, retro. Think like bum gear, fucking body glove, things like this, you guys. All right, Kyle, is there anything you want to share with us before we hop off?
I'll leave you with gratitude. That one thing that could change your life more than anything. If you listened to the whole damn show and thought we were crazy or whatever you want to think, if you just start to practice gratitude, it'll change your life. Bro,
those are big facts, man.
Big facts.
Okay.
Big facts.
Gillen Gang, be a friend, tell a friend, share this with somebody. We're looking for new subscribers. We're getting closer to 1,000. Road to 1,000 on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed over there. Hey, check it out. If you are like me and you're building a business or a vision as well, hey, guess what? You know that shit is hard. And you know that, it's also hard to get people to give a shit. So Gillen Gang, I'm going to ask something from you. I'm not going to ask very much from you guys, but I just want you to know it will mean the absolute world. You guys can help me grow this show, and I'm counting on you to do it because I can't do it alone. And so if you're listening to this, watching this, it would mean the world to me if you can make sure you go over to Spotify and subscribe over there to the podcast. And stay tuned for Apple Podcasts so you guys can subscribe there. Maybe leave me a 5-star review. It just helps me hack into the algorithm so I can boost this into the feeds so I can be searched for like as new and noteworthy or people that are upcoming. And that's what's going to help us spread our mission, save 1 billion lives, with the power of vulnerability and storytelling. powered by vitamins. After.
Facts.
All right, bro. I love you, man.
Love you, dude. I'll see you later.
Later, guys.